he's not telling us about, I don't know how it would serve me to dress nice on my live for lady friend. But I digress. Guys, sometimes you just have to you gotta help yourself feel good. And I feel good by putting on nice things, even though I go nowhere. Even though I go nowhere. Not to mention, on top of the fact that black Republican Congress members are reducing, quite literally, in 2027, we only have one in the Senate confirmed so far. But I also want to talk to you guys about the price. Thank you guys for knocking out the gifts. I appreciate you. I'll go ahead and reset it. I want to talk to you guys about the price of immigration, or the price of Trump's immigration enforcement. The fiscally irresponsible costs of Donald Trump's actions on undocumented migrants who are not criminals. And I have two stories specifically that I wanted to go over with you. Let me get this pulled up here. One of these individuals are in the state of Texas. So there is a Texas immigration court interpreter. She's an interpreter, and her name is Manu Batra. She came to the United States over 20 years ago because I believe her religion is Sikh, S-I-K-H. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Her religion is Sikh. And she was allowed to come here. A judge put in withholding of removal over 20-something years ago. She then got a job. She is specialized in a couple languages. Ooh, let me make sure I got that photo saved of the languages that she is familiar with. She's the only person in the state of Texas who knows these languages. I couldn't believe it. Let me pull it up for you guys. Find my account, because I made sure to take a screenshot of it specifically. There we go. Only one in the state of Texas who is certified to speak these three languages, which is Punjabi, Hindu, and Urdu. She was the individual you had to call for several immigration court cases with individuals who could not speak English or Spanish. She's the only one in the state. She was detained and deported because of her status. She was unaware of any additional attempts that she had to make. If you guys don't know the legal definitions of withholding of removal, it just means you just cannot be deported to your home country, and you're legally authorized to work here past that point. So this person didn't have a criminal record. This person didn't have any type of mishap or lapse or anything of that nature. She just was here working. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure how long those withholding of removals last, actually. I was unaware of if there was a limit on there or not, but the point is, this is the person that they went over and detained. Thankfully, she was released recently after being held for about 2 months, but I don't see how that serves America. In any case, we have our first call. Let me get into that.
Call from
Evan.
Devin, you're on the line. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
And do you regret your vote?
No, I don't. I don't regret it one bit.
Not one bit. Why is that?
Hey, man, this man turned this country in the right direction and got rid of these sissy little Democrats that were running this country previously.
I'm sorry, do you think Democrats aren't in the government right now?
Well, no, I'm saying they're a bunch of fucking pussies. That's what I'm trying to say. These Democrats are idiots.
Yeah, sure.
We can't let them run this country ever again.
Right, but
they're gonna wussify us, and China and Russia are gonna fucking fuck us in the ass if we got to continue.
Whoa, you have a very vivid imagination there, sir. I would greatly appreciate if you would engage in the conversation versus project your Pornhub search history. So you said that Donald Trump was getting rid of them, which is why I responded with, are they not still serving in the government? So
I mean, they're still serving, but
there.
we need to get rid of all of them. You know, we got to turn this country into a communist country.
Yeah, but you said
so we take down.
Well, I'm sorry. Do you want to
China
make it a communist
Russia
country?
And Iran.
Oh, did you just say we have to turn it into a communist country?
Yes, we need to. We need to have somebody like Stalin in power.
Oh, okay. So you're a troll.
Yeah, Joseph Stalin.
Do you ever thought about maybe getting a better stick?
No, but you can kiss my ass, you bitch.
I don't think I will. You guys need to really stop calling in and projecting your homosexual tendencies onto me. And let me be clear, there's nothing wrong with that. Please be gay. Like, be gay as you want to. There's a welcoming side ready for you over on the left. But it's just kind of weird when you do it here, of all places. I promise you. I will not be bending over for you, and you can't call me the hard R. With that being said, defend the indefensible. Trump supporters, do you regret your vote? This live is a safe space for individuals who are very much growing more and more dissatisfied with this administration and want to find a way off of the MAGA plantation. Maybe because his promises were not kept. Maybe it's because he's made your grocery prices, your gas prices, and everything else more expensive since getting into the Oval Office. Don't even get me started on healthcare. Maybe it's because you just got sick and tired of him gaslighting you and the American people on a daily basis on his Truth Social account or his press briefings. Maybe because the candidates that he picks don't even seem to like him and can't even defend him appropriately. If all of these reasons and more are why you regret your vote, request up in the box or call on the number on screen. You are the demographic of people that I'd like to have a conversation with. And if you are a Trump supporter who does not regret your vote, you think he's doing an exceptional job, and you have some metrics that you can share with me that can make me change my mind, you're more than welcome to request up in the box or call on the number on screen as well. I'll give you several reasons as to why I think you should. And that number is 737-295-5321. Yes, make sure you guys send your daily heart meets. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. Make sure you guys are sending your daily heart meet. Let's get back to this story here. So yes, I was correct. Double check that. Punjabi, Hindu, and Urdu. Only licensed interpreter of those three languages in the state. The only one who knows those three languages in the state and is certified to decipher them for immigration court cases. So here we have an undocumented migrant, or I guess they would have been documented based off the withholding of removal order, serving the state of Texas in immigration hearings, whether it's going in my favor of giving people protected status or allowing them asylum, or it's going towards deporting them. She was the one who was translating these cases. She was the one that was moving them along. And they picked her up for no reason. Mind you, it would just be a matter of a phone call. It would just be a matter of a warning. Instead, they sent ICE agents out to go and get her. Then there's all illegal court proceedings that money was then spent to have these hearings. Tax-paying dollars were spent to have these hearings on top of what this family has to unfortunately pay to even have the immigration enforcement take place. So money was wasted. Money was wasted to let them free. And I'm not done. There's another one. And you're going to really notice a pattern with this next story that I'm going to tell you, because there's a specific demographic of people he seems to be going after. A very, very, very specific demographic. And let me find that story here. We have two individuals, I believe one was a teenager and one was 18, from the Congo, who were granted status here. And the Trump administration detained them as well. Why does it make me sign in every single time I do this? Hold on. Give me a second to sign into this. I think this is my password. Yes, bam. And I'll actually put it up on the screen for you guys to see. And get that up here, window capture. What up, No Face? I'm not even American, I'm watching it all happen. No censorship. I said deporting people with papers and being born here with no crime. Yes, they're challenging people's birth certificates. They're challenging people's TPS. Yes, I have very much seen those stories as well. It's getting, well, it's not getting crazy. It's been crazy. But basically, we know what their goal is. And they're meeting their agenda. I thought I had it up. Let me move it. That's the wrong one. That is the wrong story. In any case, Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Here it is. Two high school basketball players released after being detained by ICE. This release is after a community lashed out. Mind you, this district specifically is conservative. Two high school basketball players from the Republic of Congo have been released from federal immigration custody after they were detained by Immigration and Customs Enforcement while waiting to board a bus to school, the attorney said. Israel and Max Makoka were reunited with their host family Thursday following an outcry of support from their community, a conservative enclave of Biloxi, Mississippi. The brothers had their student visas terminated after moving from a private to a public school, but were never notified or aware of the change. So this is actually something that I learned today. I didn't know this was a thing. They were granted their status, their student visa to go to a specific school. If you are given a student visa to go to a school and you are transferring to a different school, you have to make sure you submit all of that documentation to the appropriate authorities, so that way they can track it. So that way they're aware of what's going on. So the reason why these people were subject to removal, according to DHS, is because they chose to transfer to a different school. It was a better area. They liked the academic program. And because of that, they were then labeled as criminals. They were then labeled as undocumented. Something as simple as giving these two individuals a phone call, asking them to update their information so they can process that in the Department of Homeland Security and keep their status renewed. Something as simple as that could have been done. Just a phone call. Just a phone call. Versus, again, spending taxpayer dollars, sending ICE agents out to detain and deport them, hold them in these facilities for weeks at a time, and then release them. We're paying for all of that. And the only step that needed to be taken is a phone call. These are two little boys, young boys, no violent criminal records, no issues whatsoever, quite literally contributing to society, trying to get an education so they can then work for the United States. Those are the people that the Trump administration is going after. So this is why you can miss me with all this rhetoric of violent criminals and the worst of the worst, or status being an end all be all. Here's people who had honest slip ups. Honest slip ups were working for the system, contributing to society, contributing to their community. The cruelty is the point. Exactly, Jane. Exactly. And if you stand for cruelty, then by all means, do you. I just don't see how that serves us. I don't see that helps your wallet. I don't see that helps your family members. I don't see that helps even the corporations. None of this serves us. The Trump administration is not America first, because he's quite literally been doing everything to make it worse. That's what this has been about. Make sure you continue to double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up to 50K and beyond. Share out the live with your friends and family. Also repost and add it to your stories. Those of you on the YouTube side, please make sure that you hit the like button on the stream, and also consider becoming a subscriber by hitting that subscription button. And to the Trump supporters who are watching, request up in the box or call them the number on screen, 737-295-5321. I want to know how we're making America great again. I want to know, what good do you possibly have to speak on this administration? Have you guys seen the recent interview where Trump was asked about what's his name in regards to sexual assault, and he immediately went on a ramble about, I'm not a rapist, I'm not a rapist. That's the sick news that told you that. And the reporter responded with, what makes you think he's talking about you? Guilty thoughts, guilty consciences. Guilty thoughts and guilty consciences. He's not. Well, a court and a jury of his peers disagrees with you. Bring the wall down. I don't know if you knew this, but we don't go off of the personal opinions of random citizens. We go off of due process in the court of law, and he was found to be civilly liable of the sexual assault of a woman in the courts. I don't know how anyone can possibly contest that in the year of our Lord and Savior 2026. Or y'all's, I should say. It's very strange. Where does this idea come from that people are getting rich somehow doing YouTube political streams? I mean, maybe some people have had success, I'm sure. I don't know. I don't know. It's always funny when they think that Trump is the reason why people are more politically involved. And to be fair, there's actually some truth to that. I do think Trump brought a lot more of political awareness from the average person onto the scene. I don't necessarily think that's a good thing, in the sense of just more people watching politics and not actually engaging isn't a good thing. More people who watch these streams, who watch press briefings from Caroline Leavitt, who listen to his speeches to get a laugh out of it or to mock it, that's not good. But whatever, there's more eyes on it. Regardless of the fact, before Donald Trump, the Republican Party was still the Republican Party. They just decided to give up the last bit of values that they had for Trump, who is not even really a conservative, if we're keeping it a buck. No option to request? That can't be right. That can't be right. Hold on. Let me see. It's right there. It's literally right there. Yeah, it's right there, guys. If there's not the request button that usually sits over a box, you have the pink and blue button at the bottom. That is the request button. It's right there. It's right there. It's literally right there. Trump supporters request up in the box. You're the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. I do not argue with the comments. I do not go back and forth with Russian bots and paid actors. I save that for other lives. Oopsies, not sorry. It's there now. Guys, we're talking about two different buttons. And I'll show you. Hold on. So, yeah, I can show you. Give me a second. So there's this button over on the TikTok side. That button right there. This is the request button. And then when I get up in the box, that is when you find the other button. And that is now, actually it's not even showing up for me, but I know there's a request button right there for you guys. So it's always there. It just changes. It's always there. It just changes. I didn't know Hector's a fruit pop. Sweet and delicious? Yes. I think I am. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I do think I'm sweet, delicious, and juicy. Michael, did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did.
And do you regret
Actually,
your vote?
regret my vote. But I did.
You do?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I mean, I'm not happy with how he's handling things, but I was just commenting in the comment section before I was brought up, and you were talking about financially, no one's doing well with Donald Trump. I think that's what you said.
Not what I said.
Oh, maybe you can elaborate then. I misunderstood.
First thing I mentioned was the fiscal irresponsibility of ICE's immigration enforcement. And then I spoke on the metrics that were he was doing terrible in the economy in terms of bringing up grocery prices, gas prices, and several other factors. I never said no one was doing well in the Trump administration because that would contradict the fact that the corporations are doing exceptionally well. Donald Trump bragged about this himself.
Yeah, the S&P 500 broke a record today. So if you're invested in the market, you're doing really well. Just fact.
Yeah, the vast majority of Americans
markets are up.
Investors. So again, people to benefit folks who have the knowledge to be able to go into those markets and spaces and make money. It benefits them, sure, in some cases, but the stock market is volatile, so that's not even something that's solid versus household wages and those other factors.
You don't think investing in the market's a solid financial maneuver?
I'm saying the market is volatile. So it depends on what you're investing in. It can be up, it can be down, it can be anything. And there are people who have the comfortability to play in those markets and obviously substantially benefit from it. I know several people who've made very good amounts of money with Bitcoin, crypto, so on and so forth, and also lost a bunch. It's an up and down.
Yeah, I'm just saying if you put a couple $100 over compound interest and you start when you're 20, you have $1 million by the time you're 50. It's not that complicated.
Yeah, again,
there's no excuse. I think we all have $50.
Isn't that financially literate? We're not talking about things that the average American do to grow their wealth. We're talking about policies that the Trump administration ran on to make the average American more money, to make their lives better. Those are the parts that he's failing on.
Do you think it's his responsibility to put money in your account?
I mean, he quite literally made it his responsibility if we're talking about the Trump accounts for children 0 to 18.
What about you personally? Do you rely on him to put money in your bank account?
No one relies on him to directly put money in their bank account. It's about not making it's about not making the economy harder for us to gain said money. We're a meritocracy, allegedly.
Well, you got to have money. You got to make money work for you. I mean, there's earned income and
personal responsibility of individuals. I'm not up here to argue people's personal responsibility. I'm arguing the policy of the Trump administration that make those things harder. One of those things being
Yeah, I
the
mean, look,
funding of the Department of Education, when we can barely get financial literacy in schools, which contributes to exactly what your point is. I would agree with you. I think the average American should know how to play with stocks and play with the market more, but that's not even something that we bother to teach in school. Thank you guys for the follow.
yeah, I think there's enough information online, and enough websites to go to, enough people
I'm not,
speaking.
again,
that you,
I don't know. This live isn't about making more money on your own and you doing the right things to get your money up. This live is about Trump supporters regretting their vote, in part because of Trump failing them on the things he ran off of, the promises that he made, and the individuals who would not regret their vote. That's what this live is about.
Okay, I misconstrued because I thought what you were implying was that if you voted for Trump, then you're broke, then you're not financially doing well.
Can you tell me what did I say throughout the 26 minutes I've been live that would imply that only broke people vote for Trump?
Minutes.
Whenever you joined, I would really love to know when those words came out my mouth.
It's not what I said. I said what
Or
I
implied.
took by what you were. What?
You said implied.
What I thought you had said was that if you voted for Trump, you're worse off financially. Is that not a true statement? Are you saying that people that voted for Trump are financially in a better place
or better off under this administration wasn't dependent on who they voted for? Donald Trump can do things that would harm a Democrat who voted for Kamala Harris. It would not be dependent on their vote. What happens in the market, what happens to their healthcare going up, what happens to the extra money that was spent because of his unconstitutional tariffs, that affects everyone.
I agree. I don't think the president can control your financial outlook. I just don't. I don't. I mean, what president do you know controls the stock market? There isn't a president that controls the stock market. What president controls the interest rates?
Control the stock market. That is a
correct
weird point that you're bringing up. You're
suggesting
I guess what I'm
saying
was
is
never said or implied and just outright ridiculous to even mention. No one's here talking about the president pressing buttons to jack up people's gas prices. It's not as simple as that.
Well, you remember when egg prices were up and everybody was complaining about egg prices?
Yes.
Has anybody complained about egg prices recently?
No, because
I looked at a dozen eggs for $4.
Yeah, because we got control of the bird flu and all the culling we did to the chickens that had it.
Yeah. I guess I guess what I'm saying is I don't understand how people can say they're financially worse off because Donald Trump is their president. I just don't understand it.
I think the additional cost that people have had to pay for healthcare is a great example of how people are financially worse off because they're now putting more into healthcare. I think the additional cost that us and businesses had to pay because of Donald Trump's tariffs on several items, one of the highest ones specifically I can think off the top of my head being coffee, can say how someone is financially worse off. I think the war in Iran and had the fact that it's jacked up gas prices by 40 to 50%. That's actually maybe lowballing it to an average cost of $4, which we haven't seen since 2022, the peak of the Biden administration's expenses. I think we can absolutely say that we are financially worse off by those metrics. And if you're an individual who just has buckets of money and you can sail across all these waters untouched or unfazed, then congratulations to you. The average American who doesn't even have $500 to their name for an emergency can't say the same thing.
Yeah, I know, it's sad. I agree with you on the $500. I think half of Americans do not have $500 in savings. And I think that's been the case for the last 50 years. I could be wrong. I don't think that's a partisan issue. I think it's an educational issue, and it's a national failure.
You made that a partisan issue.
I don't think you are making it partisan. I'm just saying it's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate situation. My healthcare went up when I got on the Obama exchange, and my insurance premiums tripled.
I believe
I'm not blaming Obama.
the ACA would cover 90%
Yeah.
of healthcare, so we saw increases on all of it over the last couple of years. Not to mention the ACA, while you can say that it brought up gas prices, actually somewhat slowed down the rate of how they would increase based off the subsidies over the course of 10 years from its implementation. Healthcare was going to go up regardless of the ACA.
Yeah, but we
ACA
thought
just
that the
rather weathered it
exchange,
for
I think the
Americans.
exchange was sold as competition, which would drive prices down, correct? Wasn't that kind of the concept of the exchange?
And it did.
My prices went up.
Some people saw increases, yes, but it did help. And it also helped with coverage and the requirements, such as the minimums, the poison pill that was inevitably taken out. Thank God. I don't know what your point is. And the ACA, let's recall this. Obama initially ran off of universal health care. A ton of people forget this. The ACA was only supposed to be a stepping stone to that. It wasn't supposed to be a permanent solution.
It was a free market, wasn't it? Wasn't that the whole concept, an open market exchange for people to go online and pick their health insurance?
Yeah, that's what it's done.
Well, competition brings prices down. It actually put prices up.
I don't know how you think that we don't have competition. It would have encouraged competition even on the state level.
On healthcare?
That's correct.
A lot of healthcare is not for profit. I'm confused.
You don't think healthcare is for profit? You don't think
No,
healthcare is profit?
I've been a member of a health. I've been getting health insurance from a company that's not for profit. Correct.
Okay, so you may have a health insurance that isn't. I think that's an interesting position to hold if you think that healthcare is not making any money whatsoever. And then would that not also defeat the argument of the ACA and how us subsidizing it and being that involved in the corporations brought up the costs? Because now, despite them getting the I guess the leg up from the government, they're still increasing their prices for profit.
Hey, look, I might be. I believe in universal health care. I know that just blew your mind. I've lived in Europe. I've lived in countries that have universal health care. And it's going to blow your mind. I believe health insurance is a right, not a privilege. And this is coming from a registered Republican. I don't know what the last Republican told.
I think any reasonable person understands that universal health care is a benefit. I think the
a lot of Republicans believe it's a privilege, not a right.
Oh, I agree with that. And I think a lot of Republicans are unfortunately not educated enough to understand how wrong they are. But I think the only concern with universal health care is the percentage of taxes that's going to go up, because everyone we can all be saying on all sides of the political spectrum, if you're going to take more money from me, I need to know where it's going and ensure it's going to the right place. So I think that's a hurdle we need to tackle before we really run off of universal healthcare. And I think Democrats are actually failing in that regard too. But yes, universal healthcare should be the next step, the next platform of either candidate.
Do you think we're going to see that in our lifetime?
Yeah, I think we already have. And if we're talking about in members of Congress introducing these bills under any administration, whether Democrat or Republican, they barely left the committee. And then Kamala Harris even ran off of universal health care or Medicare for all in 2020. I believe we had Hillary Clinton, I believe, ran off of that in 2016. Or am I tripping? Did Hillary Clinton run off of universal health care in 2016? I could have sworn she did.
So you think there'll be no uninsured? There'll be a point where there'll be no uninsured people in the United States in our lifetime?
In our lifetime? Maybe. Yeah. I think it's becoming more and more, what's the word I'm looking for? Popular. Actually, it's been popular. Polling amongst Americans show the majority of them support it. It's more so the parties that want to fight against it. So I think we have a lot more people, specifically in the Democratic Party, leaning in the DSA spectrum, that are running off of universal health care being the top of the ticket for 2020.
Wouldn't you have to remove all the lobbyists? Wouldn't you have to remove all the lobbyists in Washington to do that?
Have to? No. In order to get it passed.
Well, if I'm a lobbyist, why would I allow that to happen?
Well, they don't. We're more so about removing the people who take money from said lobbyists. That's the whole point of this. Democrats' platform, the left's platform, I should say, for the 2026 midterms.
Yeah. Look, did you agree with Bernie Sanders' health plan? I thought his plan made total sense.
I'm unaware of the specifics of his health plan.
Well, I mean, when he ran for president, I mean, he was the only one that offered that really. I mean, he was the only Democrat. Well, he's not a Democrat, but the only person in the primary that offered universal basic coverage for every young person, every person in America.
I don't disagree with that. I would say the ACA had some form of that in regards to allowing you to stay on your parents' coverage until you were 26 years old. So it kind of took, a back and forth from that. It just didn't go all the way. But sure, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, look, this is the one thing I'll say about this. This is the problem that I have. And it's coming from a Republican. I've traveled around the world, and a lot of our medications are just too damn expensive.
Sure.
Our pharmaceuticals here are way too damn high. You can go down to Mexico, you can go up to Canada. The same medications are half the price. Plus, there aren't any. They don't do any generics in a lot of these drugs intentionally, because they want you to pay. And things like Ozempic, I think they should be free. To be honest with you, for people that need to lose weight for health reasons, I think it should be next to free. I'll be first to tell you. I mean, I have friends that take Ozempic. It's $100 a week, $100 a shot, $400 a month.
Yeah. I don't disagree
Pubes on your
with
chin, ass nigga.
Hey, Carrie, we can get to you and all of your derogatory comments in a moment. Let me just finish up with, he just came up to call me a nigga. That's cool. Yay. Back to you. I don't disagree with you. I guess I'm just a little baffled because it doesn't seem like your positions in any way, shape, or form align with.
I'm fiscally conservative and socially. I am torn. Okay, look, I believe in less taxes. I believe in less government regulation, and I'm not happy with Donald Trump. I think he's increased the size of government. I think he's increased the size of our national debt. I'm not in favor of policing the world. Those are all three topics that you have talked about that I agree with you on. Okay? I'm not happy with him not wanting to play ball with Europe in the EU and go it alone strategy. I don't like that either.
What do you mean by
but
play
Trump's
ball
not a
with
dip.
the EU?
Well, he doesn't, the European community and, in Brussels and all the international, diplomatic relationships that we have for, even the UN. I mean, we're not, Trump is our way or the highway from a diplomatic standpoint. And I'm not a fan of that. I wish he would use more diplomacy, but that's not who he is. And I do think, though, if J.D. Vance or whoever wins the next election, I think we're going to see more diplomacy happen, whether you like it or not, because I just think Trump is not capable.
From J.D. Vance?
But that being said...
Absolutely not. I couldn't disagree more.
Well, he's Trump 2.0. He's a little smoother. He's a little more educated.
Yeah, I think he's an easier pill to swallow, but I think in many cases he can even be worse.
I agree with you. He would be worse. If you don't like Trump, you're going to hate J.D. Vance. But I actually think, my prediction is I think Marco Rubio could potentially win. And I don't necessarily have issue with that. I think Marco Rubio is underestimated. He's got the resume.
I think Marco Rubio, the guy who said the reason we shook Iran is because Israel was going to strike them, so we decided to do it because if we didn't, we believed that they were going to hit us first, is an interesting perspective when the rest of the administration was running off of stopping their nuclear capacity. But sure, I think Marco Rubio was also a terrible choice because we can look at the 2016 clip or 2015, 2016 clips of the ways he just completely degraded Donald Trump and said he was a threat to this country in all these different ways, and then basically walked back every single. Thank you, Erica, for the spring sunset. WCU, Erica, and then walked all that shit back the second he got a cushy little cabinet position. I don't think we need people like that in the government. That's why I'm not a fan of him.
Didn't they do that?
Tulsi,
didn't they do
any of them? What?
Didn't the Democrats do that in their Democratic primary as well? They coalesced around Biden at the end of the day when he was elected, but during the primary they ripped him to shreds.
Yeah, specifically after the debate. Yes, when they saw that he could not stand on the world stage and look in a way that was generally palpable for the American people, they got him up out the paint. I find that interesting that so many people use that as a criticism when I would say it would be Democrats doing their job. My big criticism would be of Joe Biden not stepping down beforehand when he ran off of being a one-term president, and to some degree, Democrats not putting more of their foot on his neck and giving Kamala Harris a bigger chance to win the presidency, because the pressure that they applied was too late. She had 107 days and we saw that went. That would be my criticism of them. But they did the right thing in regards to Joe Biden.
The Democratic Party is not 100% in agreement with what you just said. You know that, right?
What do you mean? I mean, I don't speak for the Democratic Party, to be clear, but what do you mean?
Well, no, there are a lot of Democrats who believe he was forced out unwillingly.
I know. I believe, what's his name? What's her name? The White House press secretary. The black woman. Pierre, something Pierre. She was one of the people that when she dropped out is because she thought that they treated him unfairly. I would disagree with her position. I don't see how he was treated unfairly and how we could have possibly thought he could have been a successful another 4-year president. I think that's insane.
You don't believe that he had a better chance of winning?
Better chance of winning? Me personally, no. I don't think he had a better chance of winning. I don't. And I think even if he did, I don't think that's a good thing at all. I think Joe Biden,
because of his age,
that he was, absolutely because of his age. I don't think any of them should have been on the ballot, to be fair. Trump for different reasons, but no, I don't think he would have had a better chance. And if he did, based off of some factors I won't mention here, he shouldn't have.
Yeah. I mean, look, man, I listen to you. I don't think you're you're not a, what's the word I want to use? You're not a mouthpiece for the Democratic Party. I don't think you vote Democrat, but I don't think you vote for Democrats just because they're Democrats. Am I wrong to say that?
I can confidently say that this midterm elections, there are Democrats down the ballot I will be voting for solely based off the fact that they're Democrat, because I think that they're better than the MAGA Republicans. But no, I don't like it. I would like to think
you don't. I mean, when it comes to your dog catcher and your city and your senators and you don't vote just party line just because they're Democrats, correct?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, because I know you like, you take issue with Republicans on here, but not all Republicans are MAGA.
I don't disagree.
Unless you do believe that.
No, I don't actually. I think Republicans are different from MAGA, but I think it's getting harder and harder to tell the difference as time goes by. Well, actually, I take that back. It was, now it isn't, because I'm seeing a lot more Republicans, I guess, such as yourself, call out this administration and openly say that he's not doing the job that he promised. He's not being fiscally responsible. He's not actually fixing some issues at the border, that the fear-mongering rhetoric doesn't actually get us legislation. I can agree with all of those statements.
Yeah, I voted for John McCain when he ran for president. You think of John McCain compared to Donald Trump, that's night and day.
John McCain is a goddamn prophet compared to Donald Trump.
I know. So anyway, man, I'll listen to other people on here, but there's, look, I would just caution people to lump all Republicans in the same box. We're not all the same.
I don't think a lot of people do. I think there's a bunch of rhetoric, sure, and in the general sense, there's things that they support that people on the left will just never agree with, whether you're MAGA or Republican. But I think we're pretty good. I won't say we. I will speak for myself, my associates. I think we're pretty good at telling the difference. But any case, I appreciate the civil conversation at least. Very rare that we get some of those.
Yeah, man. I don't know how it is with you or how old you are, but
I'm aspirationally 47.
There's only so much. Yeah, I'm 10 years older. You only have so much energy to run around in circles over circular conversations. I don't think you created this live to change anybody's minds. Or maybe you did. I don't know. I find TikTok, if you're in the business of trying to change people's hearts and minds, that's a really tough uphill battle. I mean, I don't know how you do that.
I initially started going lives to I won't even say no, never mind. I won't say change people's minds. I started these lives to provide people accurate information and then allow them the ability to make an educated decision. I would hope to think that I've changed some minds, and I think I've gotten some confirmations over the year and a half that I have. But ultimately, this is more so for the people in the cheap seats, regardless of what side that you're on, to be able to look at what happens on these platforms on a daily basis, the information provided, and to do what's best for the country themselves. That's more so what I aim for versus changing someone's minds. When someone comes up
look,
and they say,
all I can tell you is,
someone comes up and say Trump is the best thing since this and that, and it's just there's no changing that person's mind. There's only showing their ass. It is what it is.
Yeah, look, in closing, obviously, I've been blessed and fortunate enough to be able to travel in large parts of the world, in different parts. I've been to Africa, I've been to Europe, I've been to Australia, I've been to the Far East. And all I can tell you is this. We live in the greatest country on earth. And yes, our leaders suck, but I don't understand people who not only despise our leaders, hate our country. I think you can despise our leaders and still love our country. And
right.
I don't understand the mentality of hating Donald Trump, therefore hating the United States. You can do both. You can love the United States and hate Donald Trump.
I would argue the hate for America transitions over and completely separates from Donald Trump in the sense that only a place like America could welcome in a person like Donald Trump and allow him to get away with some of the things that he has. I don't think Donald Trump is the example of American imperialism, of American corruption, or anything of that. He would just be more so a symptom of the problem, a symptom of the disease. So when people hate America, it's not just because of Donald Trump, to be fair. But on that note, I appreciate you coming up, man. You enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks. See ya.
Yeah, guys, people who hate Donald Trump, it's more than just Trump sucks, America sucks. America's the person who enabled this individual. Trump is doing a lot of the things. Let's be clear. There's a lot of things he's doing that is violating the law and breaking the law, and the courts are catching up to it. But then there's a lot of things he's doing, perfectly legal things, that are horrible. So that's why a lot of people hate America. And I wouldn't say I blame them for it. Susie, did you vote for Donald Trump? Susie, I invited you to unmute. Did you vote for Donald Trump? Hate is a strong word. And yeah, hate is a strong word. I don't think a lot of it is so much hate, to be honest with you. But yeah, sure, there's some people who hate it, and I get why. I would say black people have every reason to fucking hate this country. let's give it a buck. But even they don't. Especially black women. They show up. What's the word I'm looking for? Persistently. Year after year, midterms, federal elections, and they show you what's up, and you guys don't fucking listen to them. Elroy, did you vote for Donald Trump? Why do y'all come up here just to mute? Elroy, did you vote for Donald Trump? I will invite you to unmute and give you 10 seconds to respond. 10, 9, 8, 7.
I made a mistake of coming up, man.
Got you. Appreciate you, man.
All right.
Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. When your son is an addict, you don't hate your son. You hate the substance and the choices, but not your son. That's very true. To be honest with you, maybe I need to reword that. I don't think, I actually don't believe there's a lot of people, let's say within the United States, I'll speak on them, that hate America. I don't. And even if they do in rhetoric or whatever, I don't know what they don't do shit with that hate. What do they do? Make some angry posts on Twitter? I don't care about the hate. When Donald Trump goes around going, the Democrats hate America. They hate me, so they hate America, which is bullshit. And he says all this different stuff. I'm like, oh, a couple lefties know the true history of this country and they criticize it and they put it on the spotlight. Whoop-de-doo. You call for the death of an entire civilization. You openly advocate for shooting Americans in the kneecaps when they protest. You talk about hanging Democrats because George Washington would, or at least you repost that. So, I don't care about a lefty saying fuck America. Remember the big protests that were taking place, specifically in California? And some of them turned into riots, and there was Mexican people waving the Mexican flag, and that was a huge criticism for the right. Oh, how you have the nerve to be in this country, benefiting from it, doing this, doing that, but you're waving another country's flag. God forbid Mexicans are proud of their heritage. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Any case, if you are a Trump supporter who regrets your vote, this live is a safe space for you, if you will, to come up here and express exactly what got you up off the MAGA plantation. And if you are a Trump supporter who does not regret your vote, you still think he's doing an amazing job, you may request up in the box or call the number on screen. I can give you several reasons as to why you should. Guys, in about 9 minutes, we'll be at the 1 hour mark of this live, and we're not even at 50,000 likes. Double tap that screen. Make sure you're showing the algorithm that you want to be here. Engagement is super important, especially for the fucking freeloaders. Engagement is super important. Double tap that screen. Let's get the likes up to 100K, and let's do that within the next 15 minutes. Just hold down on it for a solid 15 to 30 to 60 seconds, and if all of you do so, we can easily hit the like requirement. Share out the live with your friends and family as well. Make sure you're reposting and adding to the story. Reposting alone doesn't count as a share, so make sure you're sending it to your group chats and people as well. Knock out the one cent gift codes that's pinned up here at the top. That gets us boosted on the FYP as well. Thank you for sending your heart me's. That also helps make sure you renew those. And then finally, the best ways to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio. Whether it's following me on all the social media platforms, such as YouTube, that we're dual streaming to right now, or Instagram, where I post the videos I put up here, joining the Discord community, to which we are over 700 members strong, getting yourself some merchandise off the merch shop, including from our new line. You can use a discount code WeAllWin for 10% off your entire order. Or you can donate directly to the links in the bio. If you like the things we have to say, you like the discussions, you just want to say hi to my cute face and support the platform, you may donate to the Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo. Cash App and Venmo at Hector Talks with 2 R's, and PayPal, Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. Those of you over on the Tube side, please make sure you hit the like button on the stream, subscribe, turn on notification bells as well. And if you would like to support the platform, you may send a super chat or a super sticker. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Kay. Happy Friday. MAGA support Trump over country and constitution. Exactly. I would say if we're really to talk about hating America, thank you, Jesse, for the hand heart. I appreciate you. If I were to say we would have a real conversation about what hating America looks like, it would be hating the document, the literal document that was founded on. I feel like Trump supporters talk more about 1776 than 1787. Don't you guys find that interesting? Like, if you actually think about it, thank you, Rachel, for the corn. Trump supporters talk more about 1776 versus 1787. And I think that's telling in and of itself. We care about the creation of America, what it looked like, right? At that time, 90% white. We care about all those different things. They don't know what happened. That's true, Zach. We care about all those different things, but we don't care about like the founding documents that gave specific people the full equal rights as, say, white men, and the rights that they had the whole time. Better yet, here's what's crazy, and this is where I guess some of the classism argument comes in. There was a time where even poor white men couldn't vote. You had to have land, you had to have money, you had to have capital, you had to have this substance to be able to vote. And then we expanded it to everyone else. Finally, they said, okay, give them niggas some rights. Give them niggas some rights. And then in the 70s, they go, oh shit, I guess we can give them some rights too. Friendly reminder, it's only been 50 years since women were allowed to have their own bank accounts. Direct quote, by the way. It probably is someone's direct quote. It probably is someone's direct quote. I am sure someone somewhere in history went, give them niggas some rights. They keep crying. It'll look good on my numbers. And I'm pretty sure some of those people were, I guess at the time, Dixiecrats or even Democrats. When I advocate for voting for the Democratic Party, I want to make something super duper clear. It's not because I like them. It's not because I think they're a lot of them aren't racist. It's not because I think that they're the better, well, they are the better party for black people, but the ideal party for black people. It's quite literally because we don't really have much of a fucking choice. And because of the new and upcoming rising stars in the Democratic Party, or the DSA, that are getting the picture and trying to shift the party from where it has been in the past. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I consider myself a New Testament Democrat. Yes, that is merch. You can get so on the shop. I consider myself a New Testament Democrat because them old niggas are trash. Chuck Schumer is fucking trash, okay? Absolute dog shit. Absolute dog shit. I cannot wait to get him up out of there. Absolutely cannot wait to get him up out of there. Friendly reminder that women couldn't own homes or even have a credit card into the 80s, 70s, sometime recent. Yes, 70s. That's 70s. That's correct. That is correct. And I get some pushback from this, a specific group. I won't say who. Yeah, I agree, Michelle. I do not like Hakeem Jeffries. I do not like Hakeem Jeffries. I was recently made aware of his, what he was considered, what he was called, the Brooklyn Barack. I could not disagree more with that statement. I could not disagree more with that statement. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's a white person who called him that. It was probably a white Democrat, a conservative-leaning one at that called him the fucking Brooklyn Barack. He gotta go. He gotta go. He want to be like Obama. Exactly, Star. W's in the chat to the 190 pen for the $5 super chat. And it wasn't until the 90s that spousal grape was illegal. Exactly. Exactly. There was a time where no didn't mean no if you were married as a woman. As a woman. There was a time where no didn't mean no if you were a woman. And it wasn't up until the 90s, 30 years ago, to where the courts finally got up and went, that's kind of bullshit. Let's do something about that. 1993. Thank you, Kit. W, Kit. 1993. It's only been 33 years. 33 years. I am 5 years away from being 33. 5 years after I was born in a time where that was illegal. And there's still an issue with enforcement. Let's be super fucking clear. Just because it's on the books as illegal doesn't, it doesn't mean that we're in a better country, because there's still an issue with enforcement. There's still an issue of the fact that the majority of women, 3 out of 5, do not speak up about grape, especially if you're in a marriage, because then there are people who would say you can't be raped in a marriage. That is still a sentiment that people hold. There are still people who believe, as a man, when you're married to someone, the least the woman can do is give it to them when they want. It doesn't matter how they feel. Only matters how the man feels. That is still a fucking sentiment held by people. And I'm not even going to put that on conservatives specifically. That is just a man problem. No matter how you identify. No matter how you identify. Thank you guys for setting your heartbeats. Make sure you continue to do so. Make sure you continue to do so and continue to double tap that screen. We're about at 100K. We're about at 100K. Double tap, double tap, double tap, double tap, double tap. Also follow the backup. Please make sure you're following the backup. As we saw last week, TikTok came for your boy. And the backup was going to be the account that we use for lives up until, tomorrow. We were supposed to be getting our access back tomorrow. But here we are now. So make sure you guys are following the backup for whenever TikTok decides to get extra testy with me, because Lord knows they have been. That is correct, M. 6,000%. Shut up, Brett. Send your daily heart me. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. While we're waiting on Trump supporters to get some testicular fortitude, as Brett Cross would say, here's another clip that I found. And this is going to go into race. I know, Trump supporters. You really hate it when we talk about race because it makes you look racist. And you are. It's cool. But there's a clip I wanted to show you guys of Fox News. Now, you guys know that we don't take Fox News seriously. Unfortunately, a large group of people do. A large group of people do. And I just want to play what Fox News has been up to lately. And they've always done this, to be fair, but this is a recent clip that I got one hell of a chuckle out of. Let me put it up.
Affluent. What we're seeing is that the Democratic Party is increasingly becoming the party of the rich, white, and affluent. What we're seeing is that the Democratic Party is increasingly becoming the party of the rich, white, and affluent.
Word? Word? The Democratic Party is becoming the party of the rich, the white, and the affluent? The Democratic Party They're the ones. Okay. Now let me be clear. It's not that statement's a bold-faced lie. You know what I mean? I think capitalism corrupts them both equally. But if we're to look at, we just went over this at the beginning of the live. In fact, let me look at the numbers. Obviously, I know it's more, but I want to look up the specific numbers. How many black Democrats in Congress? Remember that we went over this. Please fact check me. There are five black Republicans in Congress. 4 in the House, 1 in the Senate. Okay? There are 62 black Democrats serving in Congress, 119th. 58 in the House of Representatives, 4 in the Senate. This is one of the reasons why it was super fucking important, those of you in Texas, that you got the assignment of voting for Jasmine Crockett, because we need more black representation in the Senate so we don't have things like the Justice and Policing Act and the John Lewis Voting Rights Act upheld in the House. Not upheld, held up in the Senate. That's why that was important, and y'all didn't get it, and now we're getting fucking Tallarico. Whatever. But 62 to 5. 62 to 5. And it's a whole nother conversation if we were to go into the wealth of the black people who serve on the Democratic side in the House and Senate versus, I guess, the 4 to 5 that serve on the Republican side, or the vast majority of other prominent white Republicans and their worth and their wealth. Yes, I think Warnock is all right. I think he's all right guy. W's in the chat to Beyond the Pine for the $5 super chat. What is your neck workout routine to hold that big head you got? I don't know, genetics. W's in the chat to you. So I just think it's interesting when they say the Democratic Party is becoming the more rich, white, and affluent ones, when it's the Democratic Party, at least some members of it, that want more taxes, adequate taxes on their 1%. It is the Democratic Party who talks about representation, supports things like DEI, so that we don't have so much rich, white, and affluent representation in all forms of media, in all forms of government, in all forms of society. I just think that is such an interesting game that Fox News is trying to play there. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Do I need to cuss someone out? Hey, a 5 is a 5. A 5 is a 5. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I just think it's interesting. And I knew the number was, I actually thought the number was going to be like 40 something. I didn't know it was going to be 62. And don't get me wrong, they're doing the best they can. They're still overwhelmingly the minority in these seats, but we're still doing so much better. This is the highest. This is the the biggest amount of black people that we've had serving in the House and the Senate. Friendly reminder that many of these people won their seats under the Obama and under the Biden administration, and they've done wonders for us so far. It's also interesting that it's a lot of black members of Congress in the House and the Senate that are more likely to vote against things like Israel defense. It's not defense. It's offensive weapons packages. It is more black Democrats that are fans of universal health care. It is more black Democrats who are fans of enshrining more civil rights in our laws and upholding the Constitution. Just a point. Just a point I wanted to make. And then let's see here. This one I'm going to show you guys just for shits and giggles because I think it's funny. YouTube, unfortunately, you will not be able to see it. I will send the link in the comments. I'll put it in the comments. You guys will not be able to see it, but those of you on the TikTok side, I want you guys to see this. Okay. Now let me be clear. I am no longer religious. I'm agnostic. He exists. He doesn't matter to me. But growing up religious, We were taught certain things. We were told certain things, right? One of the things we were taught is like to see the devil. You can see the devil in people, right? That's one of the things. You can see the devil in people. So I want to ask you guys what this looks like. And I'm going to make it nice and big for you guys, okay? I'm going to make this very nice and big for you guys, for you believers, okay? I really want you to get a clear image of what I'm about to show you, okay? All right? That's the devil. I'm joking, but I'm not. I'm joking, but I'm not. I'm joking, but I'm not. Bro, I don't care what the fuck you believe. Look at that face. First off, why the fuck wouldn't you edit that out? This is when she was on this broadcast talking about the likes of Drewski, criticizing him for his fucking skit, his accurate skit at that, of herself, getting all up in arms about that. Why would you edit that part out? What you breathing so heavy about? Staring into the camera. Is you good? Is you good, fam? Is you good, fam? Make it make sense. She need water and a better joke. Oh, she need a lot of things. Wait. I have the perfect clip for this. I have the perfect clip for this. Give me a second. Let me see if I can pull it up here. I'm stupid. Any case, Trump supporters request up in the box to you, the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. That's 737-295-5321. You guys will also not be able, those of you on the YouTube side, to see this clip as well. I will go ahead and put it in the link in the chat. Okay, y'all.
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill is no more.
Demon?
Yes.
That's not good. That's not good.
Jay, you fool.
I say unto thee, the power of Christ compels you.
Oh, does it? Does it compel me?
The power of Christ compels you.
Does it, Jay?
The power of Christ compels
Is
you.
the power of Christ compelling me? Is that what's happening?
The power of Christ compels you.
Guess what? It's not that compelling.
Is it that compelling, Democrats? The power of Christ compels you. Is it really? I feel Charlie Kirk right now. Oh, shit. This is the end. That is one of the wildest movies I've ever watched in my life. I don't think I'll watch it again, to be honest with you. But that is one of the wildest movies I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life. Jeebus. This is the end, by the way. This is the end. I think that was made in 2013, one of the Seth Rogen movies. One of the Seth Rogen movies with James Franco.
God bless you.
And a few other people. Thank you, Leah, for the confetti. I appreciate you. I think it's funny. What? I don't think 200,000 years of conquest is mediocrity. Oh, it quite literally is. Shut up. Call in the number. No sound? What do you mean no sound? No sound on what? Some of you guys need to leave and come back before you make me worry about my setup. Some of y'all need to do that. Some of y'all need to do that. And that's why I'm going to mute you, Joey. That's exactly why I'm going to mute you. Anti-cases. If you're not following me, hit that follow button in the top left corner. We are live every Saturday after 3 p.m. CST and randomly throughout the week. In fact, we'll be live most days for the next week or so. around 3 p.m. CST. Thank you guys for the follows. Make sure you share out the live with your friends and family. Repost, add to your story. We need about 87 more of the finger hearts. Please knock that out to get us boosted out in the FYP even more so. Send your daily heart me's, of course, to those of you who are fan club members. You get a couple cool stickers when you do. You can even go as far as becoming a super fan. I think you should subscribe to the Discord. You get more perks, and it's actually much cheaper. And of course, the links in the bio are the best ways to support the platform. Whether you want to donate directly, follow me on all the social medias, or get in the Discord community, you may do all of that with the links in the bio. Oh, also, hectorshops.com with 2 R's if you want to get yourself some merch. I have the volume all the way up. I don't know what to tell you. Sounds like a you problem. You may want to leave and come back. Yeah. I know, Wizard. I know. It doesn't look like we're gonna get. Where are the Trump supporters at? Funny enough, I was watching Parker. He had 4.7K people in there, and then he said they had literally no one in the box. He had to do a restart. It was weird. It almost. Not almost. Actually, fuck that. It does very much track. We've seen the reports from recent polling on all sides, whether it's black people, moderates, even Republicans. His numbers have dropped. I remember CNN and even Fox News even confirming there was like a 77% approval rate. I don't remember what the poll is. It was probably trash. But there was a 77% approval rate that he had amongst Republicans within the first couple of weeks to months of his administration. And then over the summer, it really went down. Matt didn't get many ops, neither did Brett. Yeah. That tracks. So I just think it just goes to show. In which case, you would think that this live specifically, if anything, you would see more of them being able to talk about it. But I think even for me, and everyone loses their mind when I say this because I feel like I say it enough, but even for me, when I was MAGA in 2020, I was very quiet MAGA. When I started to leave MAGA, I didn't fucking talk to anyone about it. I didn't. In fact, what happens every now and then, based off of contacts and stuff in your phone, someone when was scrolling to my live, someone I knew from that time period, and they'll be like, the fuck? They'll be like, the fuck? I didn't fucking talk about that shit. It was shameful. I was ashamed. I was absolutely ashamed to learn about the things that I did and find out how wrong I was. Because even in the few places and spaces, thank you, April, for the finger hearts, that I was talking to people about it, I was ashamed to go back and tell these people that not only was I dead wrong, but to have a back and forth with them and on the ways that they were too. I don't think that's an easy thing for people to do in general, to admit when they're wrong. Danielle, did you vote for Trump? Danielle, did you vote for Trump? Parker's show is just a bunch of kids screaming into the phone and then dipping. Yeah, that tracks. I don't think you meant to request that, Danielle. I'm just going to go and drop you down. Yeah, she was probably tapping. I think he's just become the boy who cried wolf too many times. Yeah. Leaving the room that makes fun of people with a murdered spouse. Enjoy your day. Oh, interesting. Okay. We're not going to sit here and have a conversation about Donald Trump saying, I'm glad certain people are dead. We don't care about that. But, we're mocking Erica Kirk. Not because of her husband dying, although I quite frankly can make jokes about that too, but because she quite literally looks, sounds, and breathes like something that we would call a devil. Whoa! Miss me with your fake fucking morality. These people think that they're so goddamn moral. Get the fuck out of here. I still remember the damn I Can't Breathe challenge. Do you guys remember the I Can't Breathe challenge after George Floyd was killed by Derek Chauvin? Do you guys remember that? The challenges they made of black people getting gunned down the streets by police officers, not the ones who ran or had weapons, but the people who just getting Skittles out of their pockets wearing hoods. They joked about them. They memed about them. So you can fucking miss me when people make jokes about bigots dying. I have no problem making jokes about Hitler's unalivement because Hitler was a piece of shit. I am not one of those people that thinks all lives are precious. Hitler's life was not precious. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Hootie never gets in the requests. He mostly pops up for the fun and fact show, the cry in the chat. He never gets in the requests. Honestly, mods, you just have my permission to just mute him every time because we don't do keyboard warriors in here. Every time you see Hootie, just fucking mute him. All he's going to do is whine and cry and make allegations he can't substantiate. All he does. I do. That tracks, Shauna. That tracks. That absolutely tracks. And I can't even say whatever your stupid name is, sir. Yeah, you got sent an invite as well. You got sent an invite as well. You guys really can miss me with this fake morality. You guys celebrated when Joe Biden came out and said he had stage 4 cancer. You said he deserved it. You said you wish it was stage 9. I think Donald Trump made some stupid comment about stage 9. Did he not? There was a Truth Social post that he made of Biden having stage 9 cancer. Let me double check that. See here. Yeah. Yep. I'm not going to put it up on the screen, but you guys will be able to hear it.
Actually, I'm surprised that it wasn't, the public wasn't notified a long time ago, because to get to stage 9, that's a long time. It takes a long time to get to that situation. Now, I think, to get to a stage 9, I think that if you take a look, it's the same doctor that said that Joe was cognitively fine. There was nothing wrong with him. Well, he said, if it's the same doctor, he said there was nothing wrong there, and that's being proven to be a sad situation.
Quick question, guys. Quick question. Because if I'm not mistaken, it's prostate cancer that he has. Does prostate cancer equate to a cognitive decline? Does prostate cancer equate to cognitive decline? To those of you who said no, I know how you voted in 2024. Thank you for your service. What a stupid fucking thing to say. Speaking of prostate cancer, how many of you guys knew that Bibi Netanyahu also came out recently and commented or released to the public that he also had prostate cancer? Remember that weekend where all those reports came out that they thought he died and stuff? Sounds like he was getting his prostate checked. And he came out and said he has prostate cancer, battling it for a while. Donald Trump had no words about that. Actually, let's double check. Also, Shauna's correct, guys. We're right at 100K likes. We're over the hour mark. Double tap that screen. Let's get the likes up to 150K and beyond. Show the algorithm want to be here. Let's see what Donald Trump said about Netanyahu and his cancer. Make sure I know how to spell Netanyahu. Yes, got it. Oh, not a peep. They called it an early stage malignant tumor. Sure. The announcement was delayed to avoid propaganda during the war with Iran. That is why they said they didn't release it. They didn't want Iran to run with it. Sure, buddy. Sure, buddy. But yeah, not a peep from Donald Trump. Not a single word from Donald Trump. Super duper fascinating. Haven't heard back about the other interview, but just got another one. W. Good job, Jared. Hopefully that one goes a lot better. Good job, Jared. What up, Maze? What up, Maze? Thank you for the stars. Guys, I don't see the effects show up the way that they used to. So literally, unless it's a super chat or a super sticker, I don't even know about until late. But I appreciate all of you guys and your support. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. W's in the chat to Mark for the $5 Venmo. I guess if your head is in your ass like a MAGA supporter, then maybe prostate cancer has something to do with cognitive decline. I suppose so, Mark. W's in the chat to you, Mark. Thank you for the 5. I appreciate you. Guys, the best way to support the platform is going to be links in the bio. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Hector Talks with 2 R's and Cash App and Venmo. Hector Pal on PayPal with 2 O's and 2 R's. Nick,
No one's giving you anything,
did you
bro.
vote for Trump?
Yes.
No one's getting anything? What?
I see you not getting any of that money, bro.
No
one's gonna donate to you.
I just did. I just got.
How much you make, bro? How much you make monthly?
It's none of your business.
Yeah, dude.
You up here to discuss my pockets,
me,
like
huh?
a pocket watcher, or are you here to engage with the
Pocket
topic?
watcher. You know, fucking pocket watcher, bro. Hey, Trump's
literally came
Trump's
up
getting
here
all the
and pocket watched. Well, first off, you accused me of not making anything. So yeah, that sounds about right. I just decided to shout out random names that I made up in my mind to make myself look like I make money. Sure. And then you asked me how much money I made, which then be implying that
mentally insane.
You then implied that you're aware of the fact that I make money, and now you're questioning just how much I make, which kind of makes you somewhat walk back the first comment that you make.
You're just like talking to yourself.
Well, you're here, so clearly I'm talking to someone, unless you're not.
I mean, you weren't. No. Before you're talking to yourself.
I'm talking to over.
You called out random names, bro.
I'm talking to over 500 people, but sure. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
I wasn't old enough. Now I am.
Not you. How old are you?
I'm 18.
18. Oof. You're 18
July 7th.
and you sound like this.
07.
Yikes.
I'm 18. I sound like this, bro.
Yeah. Well, you can't regret your vote, but I'm assuming you're a Trump supporter.
Yeah, so I mean, what's the problem with getting every single criminal immigrant out of the country?
What makes an immigrant a criminal?
Illegal immigrant.
I said, what makes an immigrant a criminal?
When they come in illegally.
Okay. That would be determined in a court of law, which can only be determined by due process, which Donald Trump has not been affording migrants in the country.
Well, do you think any illegal immigrant comes to our country illegally? Do you think everyone should go back?
What is an illegal entry into the United States?
Come into this country without any sort of documentation, not following the 5-year
so then you'd
freaking.
Be saying asylum seekers are illegal by your metrics. You would be saying asylum seekers aren't legal.
No, I said no documentation.
They come to this country with no documentation because one of the requirements to claim asylum is to step foot on American soil.
No, okay, then I misspoke. I believe every single asylum seeker should be able to find comfort in America. Talking about just blatant.
Give me a second to read off a fake donation. Give me a second. W's in the chat to Jonna for the $20 Venmo. This child needs to go touch some grass. And nice to see you today, Hector. Thank you so much, Jonna, for your fake $20. Big W's to you for your fake $20. I appreciate your support. W's to you. Sorry, go ahead.
Talking to yourself again, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so is it a crime to come to this country illegally?
Is it a crime? Sure.
Yes.
Proper entry is a
sure. Is it sure or yes?
Improper entry is a federal misdemeanor.
So, with that, should they all go back?
No.
So, are you okay with
per the law?
People
they shouldn't all go back.
Are you okay with first offense drinking while intoxicated? Are you okay with them being let off too? Are you okay with?
I'm okay with
assault?
Offenses? What?
No, I'm because it falls under a Class B misdemeanor. If you're saying that you're okay with them not all going back, then you should be okay with assault. You should be okay with. The
law determines that they don't all go back. It is a fine. I believe
No, it can actually lead to 6 months in prison.
With the maximum being
6 months in prison.
6 months in prison and deportation. That's what the law says. Again, the last resorts are deportation. The law is not okay with all of them being sent back.
Well, there's a problem whenever, 12 million come into this country
Where'd you get
illegally.
that number from?
You want that number?
Where'd you get it from?
Are you saying it's not 12 million?
I asked you where you got that number from. I never even contested your number. Not yet. While you're thinking about that, give me a second to read off a fake donation. W's in the chat. W's in the chat to Crystal for the $5 cash app. DNC bot 010
robot, bro.
1101010. I'm just gonna say 10 1100 10 101 1 101 00 101 001 10101. Thank you so much, DNC Bot Crystal. Thank you so much, DNC Bot Crystal. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much for your fake donation. Sorry, did you get that source yet? Better yet, I didn't even ask you for a source. I just asked you to tell me where you heard it from.
From that old Pew Research, man.
From Pew Research.
Pew Research Center.
Go ahead and give me that. Give me that number. Give me that source.
All
Savage
right,
Glizzy says Hector is a very confident and ignorant
I mean, dude, are you
person.
supposed to reading out your freaking donations, bro?
True.
Your fake fucking donations, bro?
I'm
Come
not
on.
I'm not reading a donation.
Come on, bro.
I'm
So,
not
U.S.
reading a
unauthorized.
donation. Hey, I'm reading. I was reading a regular comment. I wasn't reading a donation.
You're right.
Do you want it to be a donation?
Shit. If someone just donated, yeah, why not?
You want it to be a donation?
No. You unauthorized.
You just said yes and then you said no. Which one is it? Which one do you want? Do you want me to get donations or do you not want me to get donations?
You want to get informed right now?
I do actually, but I want you to answer the question. Do you want me to get donations or do you not want me to get donations?
I'm trying to get you informed, bro.
Got you. Do you want me to get donations or do you not want me to get donations?
I honestly don't care shit about donations right now. I'm trying to get
you don't care? Okay,
bro.
so if you don't care, would you mind telling the people that my links are in the bio? Can you tell them real quick?
Fuck his links, but go donate. He seems cool.
So you don't want me to get donations? Oh my God! Which one is it? Make up your mind, bro.
I don't know anymore.
Make up your mind, bro. Which one do you want? What do you want?
All right.
It is that simple. W's in the chat to
Here we
Zilch
go again
for the
Hey,
fake
bro.
$20 super chat. Enjoy another fake donation and thank you for holding it down against these MAGA clowns. To the
Holding
fake,
that
to the fake,
all the way down.
Yeah. One more time. To the fake
Come on,
61 people watching on YouTube, reading this fake $20 super chat from Zilk. Make sure that you thank fake Zilk for this fake $20. W's in the chat to the 190 pen for the fake $2 super chat. Forgot to report in. Bot 8475 reporting for Dewey. I love my DNC bots. I love my fake DNC bots. W's in the chat to you, the 190 pen. W's in the chat to Ren for the fake $2 Venmo. Love from your favorite expo marker. Always, Ren. Hope you're doing well. W's in the chat to fake Ren. W's in the chat to fake Ren. Okay, go ahead and give me this pure.
You're just like Dean Withers, bro. You're just like Dean Withers, bro.
Cuter. Can you give me your fake source?
You're cuter than Dean Withers. I mean, if you're taller than 5'5", then yeah, you probably got that, bro.
I'm 6 feet actually. Go ahead and give me that fake source.
Good shit, bro. You got U.S. unauthorized immigrant population reached a record 14 million.
I'd ask you to read something. Actually, to give me the source. I'm gonna put it up in front of everyone.
Pew Research Center.
What is the name of the Pew Research title?
I was just saying it, and then you cut me off and just like cried.
No,
bro.
all you said was Pew Research Center. That's not the name of what you're reading from the center.
No, you cut me off. U.S. unauthorized immigrant population reached a record 14 million in 2023. Pew Research Center.
U.S. unauthorized reached a record 14 million?
Yes.
In 2023?
In 2023.
Cool. Na 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 na. Here we go. In the years after the COVID-19 pandemic, U.S. immigration policy changes fueled a sharp rise in both legal and illegal immigration. Lawful admissions jumped, as did encounters at the U.S.-Mexico border between migrants and U.S. authorities. Oh, shit. Hold on. I did say I was going to put this up on the screen.
Yeah, why are you putting it up, bro? You got to stick to your word if you get in politics, bro.
Yeah, man. I got to stick to my word.
Actually, you don't need to, actually.
I'm very big. I'm very big on sticking to my word. I think it's super important that people see this information. Absolutely. We look at that. We found an agreement. Look at that. I never thought I'd find an agreement with an 18-year-old twat, but here we are.
18-year-old fucking twat. Hey, bro, I bet more growing up than better. I'm tall.
Really quickly, before I read the rest of this source, give me a second to thank more fake donos. W's in the chat to Angie for the fake $5 Venmo. Angie didn't even say anything. Oh, or is it not loading? Hold on. I don't think Angie said anything. Angie just wanted to send a fake $5. Big W's to you, Angie. Thank you so much. W's in the chat to Raleigh for the fake $5 Venmo. Another fake donation. Another fake donation. Little Nicky here is clueless and should go back to sucking on his mommy's teeth. He's not cut out for these conversations. Little Nicky is diabolical. Guys, I actually never seen that movie. I've never seen that movie, so I'll have to check that one out. Big W's to you, Raleigh. W's in the chat to Queen for the fake $10 on Chime. If there is a message, I cannot read it, Queen. Shit. Is there? Give me a second. Let me see if I can pull it up. I try to read you guys' messages. We'll get back to you in a second, buddy. I just have to make sure I read out the messages to the people, the fake people who thank me. Queen, I'm not seeing one. I don't know if it's a glitch or my thing's acting up, but thank you so much for your 10. Thank you so much for your 10. W's in the chat to, I always forget not to say this name. I'll say your initials. BG for the fake $1 Cash App, donating to spite the guest. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your fake spite. Big W's to you for your fake spite. I appreciate you. And W's in the chat. Big W's in the chat to Shauna for the fake $20 Venmo. Damn, you just found out the entire chat was a figment of your imagination. Anyway, here's your faux dono. If you wouldn't mind, fake Shauna, if you can put something in the fake chat so the fake people can see your fake comment, I would greatly appreciate you. Big W to you, Shauna. Thank you so much for your donation. Anyone else would like to send some fake donos, please hit up the links in the bio. Fake Cash App, fake Venmo, and fake PayPal. Hector Talks with 2 R's and Hector Pow with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you're over on the fake YouTube side, you may send a fake super chat or a fake super sticker. All right, back to your source here. Number of unauthorized migrants in the United States reached an all-time high of 14 million in 2023 after 2 consecutive years of record growth, according to a new Pew Research Center estimate. The increase of 3.5 million in 2 years is the biggest on record. Data from 2023 is the most recent available for developing a comprehensive and detailed estimate. So I want to ask you a quick question. Can you read that chart that's on the screen?
Is that not a problem?
Can you read that chat on the screen? That chart, I mean? Can you see that?
Yeah.
What
so
how well do you see it?
The number of unauthorized immigrants in the U.S. grew sharply from 2021 to 2023.
Got you. The chart here starts with a time period. Do you see the bottom of the chart? What is that time period? If you can't see it, I'll make it bigger for you.
I just give me a fucking second, bro.
I can make it bigger for you. If you can't see it, let me know. I'll make it bigger for you.
I just around myself, bro.
What?
I just got a shitty source, bro. Hey.
Can you tell me what the bottom of the chart says? Or do you need me to read it for you?
Saying the years by 5 years.
Okay, got you. You may have trouble reading. So guys, if you look at the chart, and I'm going to make sure it's really big and nice for everyone to see, so no one thinks that I'm, reading my fake sources that he gave me. That chart here starts at 1990. 1990 to 2023. It specifies 2021 to 2023, the sharp increase, which we are well aware of. It specifies that number estimate from the Pew Research Center is 3.5, 3.4, 3.5 million within those 2 years. But the overall number of unauthorized migrant and their population in the United States reached an all-time high of 14 million in 2023. And the chart would just reflect or go as far back as 1990 to support this number. which means well under Democrat and Republican administrations. That's when these numbers took place. Okay. So this number is not 14 million that came in the United States under the Biden administration. That would be a bold-faced lie per your own source. But you probably didn't know any better, and that's okay. I also want to point out on this chart the decline that we can see roughly between 2005 and 2008, which would be the time period, at least in 2008 to 9, when Obama came in. And the decline, well, under Obama's administration. Sounds like he did a pretty good job. There, which
but he didn't.
It's kind of weird to me because Donald Trump ran off of an invasion. That's all I wanted to point out. He ran off an invasion, and it looks like Obama was handling that quote unquote invasion.
Oh no! Well, okay.
Black president. Okay, back to you.
I concede totally with the first reason. I actually had that number, and from a face, it wasn't pure research. I had from somewhere else. But I concede.
Wait, hold on. Were you just about to say face? Did you just stop yourself from saying Facebook?
No, not Facebook. I'll get shit from Facebook.
You said face. No. We heard it.
No.
We heard it.
Not say face.
We heard it.
Don't
play me, bro. Don't play me, bro. Tell the truth.
You know, second.
You was about to say Facebook. No. Tell the truth. You was about to say Facebook.
No, not Facebook.
Don't make me play it back, bro. Please don't make me play it back. I'm giving you a chance to be honest in this conversation.
Play it back just like you played back.
Don't make me do this, bro. Please don't make me do this. Please don't make me do this.
Just like you use your fake donation.
God damn it. In fact, I do have some more fake donations to read here in a second. But before we read those fake donations, I just want to play this back. Chat, you're all witnesses. You're all witnesses to the fact that I gave him a chance to take it back. To all of you guys who think I'm cruel and mean and everything else, I gave him a chance to take it back. Okay? All right. Here we go. I'm not going to lie. I am an arrogant motherfucker. All right, here we go. So let's put the sound on. Cruel and mean and everything else. Good job. Sounds like you did a pretty good job there. Which
but he didn't.
It's kind of weird to me because Donald Trump ran off of an invasion. That's all I wanted to point out. He ran off an invasion, and it looks like Obama was handling that quote unquote invasion.
Oh no! Well, okay.
Black president. Okay, back to you.
I concede totally with the first reason. I actually had that number, and from a face, it wasn't pure research. No. I concede.
Wait, hold on. Were you just about to say face? Did you just stop yourself from saying Facebook?
No. I'll get shit for Facebook.
You said face. We heard
it. No.
We heard it.
Not say face.
We heard it. Don't play me, bro. Tell the truth.
You know, second.
You was about to say Facebook. No. Tell the truth. You was about to say Facebook.
No. All right. Second claim. Trump's deportations has been more effective than Obama's deportations. Okay?
No problem. No problem engaging with that.
Right.
Two things need to happen. Two things need to happen before we move on to your point.
Yeah.
Two things need to happen before you move on to the point.
I can see
okay? Number one, I need you to say I was full of shit. Okay? I need you to say I was full of shit. No. See, that's not enough for me. That's not enough for me. I need you to say that you were full of shit. I would have taken conceded with the first point being wrong. I would have taken concession there. But then you followed up by saying that you weren't going to say Facebook. And now I need you to say you were full of shit. And
I didn't mean to say face.
Once you say I was full of shit, I will accept it and we'll move on to the next point.
I was full of shit. Right.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Second thing that needs to happen is I need to read some more fake donations and then we'll get to you. W's in the chat to Mama Girl for the fake $2 super chat. Another fake donation. Thank you so much, Mama Girl, for your fake donation. I love my fake black women sending me donations. I love them. Thank you so much, fake black woman. W's in the chat to did I read that right? Yo, what? W's in the chat to I'm not even gonna say your initials. Hold on a second.
Call from.
My name's James, bro.
You're a child. W's in the chat to Big Dick DNC bot 6969 for the $2 Venmo. I appreciate you, Big D-Bot 6979. The DNC is giving y'all some extra inches, apparently. WDNC. The RNC don't give y'all extra inches. Look at the DNC doing God's work. W's in the chat to Patrice for the $5 fake dono on Venmo. Nikki likes poopy. Why do you do this, Patrice? W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to Bree for the fake $5 dono. Another fake donation. I love my fake donations. I have the best fake donations from the best DNC fake bots everyone has ever seen. Thank you so much. And W's in the chat to Katniss for the fake $5 PayPal. This child needs to quit while he's behind. Love you, Hector. Big W's to you. Big W's to you for your fake PayPal. I appreciate y'all. Hi, Fake John. Give me a second. I'm wrapping up with this guest here. W's in the chat to Fake Jared for the $1 fake Venmo. If he didn't say face, I have a full head of hair and Chris Hemsworth's abs. Fucking stop, Jared. W's in the chat to you, Jared. W's in the chat to you. I appreciate your support. Now we can move on with your next claim. Friendly reminder that we are 20 minutes away from the 2-hour mark and we're still not at 200,000 likes. Double tap that screen, show the algorithm we want to be here. Also, let's knock out the pinned gift goal here. Repost a live, add it to your story, send your daily heart me's. Hit that follow button in the top left corner if you're not following me already. And of course, since we are back down to the C something gift gallery and it's easy to knock out, if you click on my name in the top left corner, you're going to see a C whatever league I'm in gift gallery. Anyone who would like to knock out the gifts in that also helps boost us out in FYP. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, your next claim.
Yeah, Trump's deportations have been more effective than Obama's. 170 cases where ICE agents detained American citizens compared to the 605,000 DHS deportation. So, I mean, you can percent into that, but something they don't tell you, into those 170, 130 were arrested, were interfering with assaulting officers or interfering whatever the hell they were doing. And what they actually don't tell you is the real number is only 40. Only about 40 were detained that claim to be U.S.
He's teacupping. I don't know what happened to her service. Also, guys, make sure you're following the backup. Make sure you're following the backup.
All right. Sorry. Girl keeps on calling me. 40. Okay, out of the 170.
40 out of the 170 what?
Out of the 170 that were arrested, I detained U.S. citizens.
Americans?
Only 40.
Arrested?
Yeah, only 40 out of those 170.
You're talking about American citizens detained or arrested under the Trump administration, right? Thank you, Ashley. Okay. Thank you, April. Right?
Can you turn off your own fucking things, bro? So
no.
Are you in agreement? By I think this is December, 170 U.S. citizens were detained by ICE. Okay.
I'll have to double check that number, but sure, we'll go for it right now. What about it? 130
were arrested for interfering or assaulting officers. Okay. 130 out of the 170.
God bless you.
Okay.
Only 40 mistakes. Where it was true mistakes, only 40 of them out of the 170.
What do you consider a true mistake?
They thought they weren't a U.S. citizen.
Okay.
It wasn't.
According to you, 170 Americans detained. 130 of them were because they were interfering with ICE enforcement or law enforcement or whatever operation, and then only 40 of them were, I guess, wrongful in terms of they should have never been detained, blah, blah, blah. That's your allegation, right? So I'm not even going to fact check that yet. I'm just going to go with it. Say you're correct. The majority of detainment when it came to Americans is because they're a bunch of pissy, blue-haired white libs who just won't let them do their job protecting the country. That's the allegation you're trying to make. So here's the problem with that. And the reason why I do not believe for a fucking second that DHS arrests and claims that they were interfering with immigration enforcement is true. It's because, I don't know, maybe, that the 2 American citizens I can think of off the top of my head that we have video footage that are dead by the hands of ICE agents were not interfering with immigration enforcement, and the Trump administration and DHS and the entirety of the Republican Party seemingly came out and said that they were. despite video evidence showing otherwise. So you reporting on whatever you're reporting on, saying that these, oh, he left.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Alrighty then. Hey, John, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Wonderful, fantastic. Apologies for that. You got fast-tracked in the line because the last guest ran. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
I fucking love what I do. And do you regret your vote?
I do not.
Why is that?
I'm on the spectrum, and he allocated funds for research, for new experimental research and medicine to help people like me on the spectrum.
Okay, interesting. To my knowledge, Donald Trump has done
God bless you.
A bit of cuts from that department. But yeah, I'll look up what you're saying in regards to that experimental research. Thank you so much, Mama Girl, for the happy Friday. I appreciate
My
you.
butthole hurts so bad.
Probably want to go see a doctor about that. If your butthole hurts, it's probably because you should probably actually hold on. Two things. One, you should probably ensure that your partner puts on some lube. You should make sure that they go slow, right? It has to be a slow insert. All right? You can't just let them go, right? You gotta ease it in. You gotta ease it in. Okay? Preferably with some lube. You can use aloe vera, several other products. I don't know. What do you call it? KY jelly. You can do those things. Okay. Or secondly, you may have some dysfunctions there. You may have a bug. You may have hemorrhoids. In which case you'd be better served going to the doctor versus calling me. To the rest of you, Trump supporters request up in the box. You're the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call in the number on screen, 737-295-53. I'm fucking stupid. 5321. If you're a Trump supporter who regrets their vote, this live is a safe space for you to express why. And if you do not regret your vote, you may call in the number on screen, and I can give you several reasons as to why you should. Silicone base is best for that. W Nemo. Listen, I don't use the product. I've never needed it. So there you go. Listen to Nemo. Nemo said silicone is best. Nemo said silicone is best. Those of you over on the tube side, please make sure you hit the like button on the stream. Also subscribe and turn on notification bells. If you guys would like to support the platform, you may send a super chat or a super sticker. Let's get the likes up to 100 over there. I see 61 people watching. W Nemo. Silicone or glass? Man, what? Size train is crazy, Maze. Not my 18-year-old saying he ain't wrong. Not that that's ever something you want to hear your kids say, but you know, he's grown. At least he knows what to do. At least he knows what to do. At least he's being safe. Respect to him. What's funny about the source that that kid brought up here before he ran is the what's the number? The number that they give is 11 million, 10 to 11 million based off of the encounter rate from CBP. 14 million is new. I've never heard the 14 million argument. This is my first time hearing that. The number sounds familiar, but it's my first time actually seeing that they would be counting this report specifically. And this was dropped in August 21st, 2025. Also, I don't know who Jeffrey S. Passell and Jens Manuel Krogstad are, but if you did this report in 2025 and you only counted 2021 to 2023 in regards to the sharp increase, why didn't you follow up with 2024? Why wouldn't you follow up during the year when Biden worked alongside Congress and Democrats and Republicans to try to get S4361 passed before Republicans shut it down? Why didn't you take into consideration the numbers that was taking place after Joe Biden passed an executive order over the summer that brought down the encounter rate to set a cap of 2,500 and brought it down to its really low levels that Trump inherited into January of 2025? Why didn't you add that into these numbers? All you focused on was 2021 to 2023. I can't argue with the numbers. But I find the dates that you chose and cherry picked very interesting. Super duper interesting. Anyway. I'm not allowed to capitalize letters. That is a mod request. The mods say that it's easier for them to point out comments or notice comments from other mods when you don't use caps. So that's their rules. Don't use caps because it confuses the mods. I don't give a shit what you use, but I follow them over there because they're the ones protecting the platform. Thank you. Shout out to the mods over on the TikTok and the YouTube section. Big shout out to you guys. Was it authored in 2025 or updated and reposted? Yeah, so the date here is August 21st, 2025. There have been no updates. So this was put out when we absolutely would have had the numbers for 2024 at least. Yeah. I thought that was interesting. I thought that was very, very interesting. Anti-cases. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Notice it includes 6 million with some kind of status too. Yes, literally at the beginning of it, it talked about the increase in immigration also from legal immigrants, which is another thing that they try to do. The numbers where you hear Trump supporters talk about 15, 20, 30 million undocumented migrants, the only possible way you can get to those numbers is if you start to count children born here from undocumented migrants, because they don't consider them citizens, hence why they're trying to repeal the 14th Amendment. You would also be completely negating every other status but being born here. Like there's some people that don't even like count like naturalized citizens or TPS, I guess, because it's temporary, but you're still documented. It's fucking weird. It's weird. The people that they deem to be undocumented is weird. That's why I never listen to them when they say undocumented this. They can't even define what it means. They can't define what it means to be undocumented, which in many cases just means you weren't born here. You don't have a birth certificate here, which is diabolical. Absolutely, Shauna. Y'all can tap the damn screen. We have 421 people in here, which is about 200 more than we had in the first hour. So I absolutely know that we can get up to 200,000 likes, and I think we can do so within the next 15 minutes. It's really easy, guys. It's really easy. Now I feel like I need a third phone just so I can keep my backup on the panel, because I'm always switching out on this one. See that? You take your finger, you tap it rapidly. Don't stop, okay? Just because you pull that shit with your girlfriend doesn't mean you can do it here. When I say don't stop, don't stop. Keep tapping the screen, and let's get the likes up, okay? We can get the likes up to 200K. W Cherry, thank you so much. I've never been able to identify it on documents it stands for. I'm driving. You're good, Expo. You're good, Expo. Yeah, I know. I ain't shit. Not him talking us through it. Y'all ain't never been talking. Never mind. It's not that time. I'm not finna start that conversation because then my DMs is finna piss me off. I'm not finna start that conversation because then my DMs are finna piss me off. Okay? Don't let this open button fool you. My DMs are closed. Leave me alone, please. Don't let this open button shirt fool you. My DMs are closed. Why are you guys chirping so much? At least Nazis did not wear masks while they did it. 6,000%. 6,000%. I'm not going to lie. Maybe because I'm new to this shit, or was new to this shit. Still relatively new to this shit compared to other people. The one thing that I thought for sure would get Republicans off of the Trump base, specifically when it came to ICE, is when they were allowed to wear masks. I actually thought that would be the thing that would do them in. Never in my fucking life, especially for this is the group of people that are pro-blue, back the blue. We're all about the blue. I thought for sure there's no way in hell you can say back the blue who goes out there face all naked, protecting Americans or whatever, not black people, but whatever, doing what they need to do for the country, responding to crime, planting stuff in our homes. I never thought that they would look at those people and then say, oh, we just need them masked. That shit made no sense to me whatsoever. That shit made absolutely no sense to me. I was like, damn, we're straight okay with just vigilantes being out here and not the good kinds. Okay. I low-key thought Preddy would have a bigger impact. Yes, that's true too. There's an argument to be made that he kind of did. And I say that because not long after Preddy, that's when Trump had that interview and he talked about, oh, we did our job in Minnesota. We did our job. Now we can scale back, which was his way of saying we fucked up and we don't want any more pushback. So we did somewhat see a shift after Alex Preddy. Then we had Keith Porter Jr., something Gonzalez. I never remember his name. There's another. Actually, I need to know that name just as much as I know these white ass ones. Give me a second. I'm going to pull it up. In 2026. I always forget his name. These are the people who died in detention. I'm looking for the ones who was on the street, but the ones who died in detention, when you have some, Geraldo Lunas Campos, Luis Gustavo Caceres, Luis Beltran Yanez, Parody La, Victor Manuel Diaz, Heber Sanchez Dominguez. There's a few others, but there's another name specifically I'm trying to find. I believe it was a shooting. Why am I blanking on the damn name? They wouldn't wear a mask during C-19, but now they have no problems. I think. No, I don't. I'm joking when I say this. I don't think Congress and introducing bills into Congress should be taken as a joke, but Republicans clearly do. I think Democrats should introduce a bill. The Protect ICE Agents Act, right? The Protect ICE Agents Act, the PIAA. The PIAA, okay? I mentioned Keith Porter. Not Keith Porter, though. The PIAA, okay? And in the legislation, you put some shit like, for years, Republicans fought on the front lines to protect Americans from their own stank breath when they pushed back against the mask wearing during the pandemic that was making people sicker and sicker. All you had to do was step outside and get some sunlight and breathe some fresh air that God made, and that would have cured you. And the Democrats said no. And now, under the Trump administration, he is jeopardizing the safety and lives of ICE agents by requiring them to wear a mask, thus locking them back into their stank foul breath. We're going to see more and more deaths from ICE agents, not from the radical left, but from their breath. We must protect them by demasking them. I don't know. Introduce that shit into Congress. I joke when I say I think, Hector 2026. Campos might have been detainee violence. I didn't hear about Campos. But that does include individuals who died in detainment. Violence in those areas. They'll excuse those ones, though. Let's see. I'm reading, this is not a good source to be fair. I'm on ice.gov and I'm reading if they have them listed. I have them listed. In 2021, ICE issued a policy notification, review, and reporting requirements for detainee deaths that governs the initial notification, review, and ongoing reporting about the death of an individual in ICE custody. Funny that this happened under the Biden administration, by the way. Absolutely hysterical that this happened under the Biden administration. And now they're touting it around because they have to follow the law. This one died in U.S. custody. The other name I may be thinking about, he may have died in U.S. custody. I could have sworn it was a shooting. I'll ask a friend of mine in a second if they know who it is. Ruben Martinez? Is that it? That sounds familiar. Give me a second. Let me see if it's Ruben Martinez. March 15th. This may be it. Yes, March 15, 2025. Martinez, a U.S. citizen, was shot and killed by an immigration and customs enforcement agent during a traffic encounter in Texas. Yes! Thank you. WCU, Jamie. Yes, or Jaime. I'm not sure which one it is. Please let me know. WCU. Reported today. I don't know what's reported today. This was reported on the 15th of April by NPR specifically. It may have been before then. But I remember this one because this is the one we didn't find out about until like a month after. This is a 23-year-old. He was trying to become a mechanic, enroll in a trade school. He was in San Antonio. Oh, shit. He was in San Antonio. I don't know anything about teacher. Also, I have questions. So NPR, this article I'm reading on NPR is referencing Renee Nicole Good and Alex Preddy, except it says Renee Macklin Good. This is the first I'm hearing of her middle name being Macklin over Nicole. I wonder if it's a mistake. X surname? Okay. Okay, got you. I got you. I was confused about that. I was like, what? I never heard Macklin before. It was always Nicole. She was married before. Okay, got you. Got you. Let's see what happened here. And move this part, and do this over here. Claim form available. Oh, wow. Not another settlement from Fidelity? Interesting. Anyway, what's up, Mad Cat? Her first husband? I got you. Any case, we got about roughly an hour left. I was intending to go for roughly another hour, but we got to get some people to talk to if we're going to do that. And we got to get that engagement up. We just hit the 2-hour mark, and you know what we didn't hit? The 200,000 mark. So make sure you continue to double tap that screen. All right. Also, we have the gift goal up here for the journeys. We have 100 more of those. Please make sure you're knocking those out as well to help us out in the FYP. Send your daily heartmeets if you have not already. Linda Davis. I'm using all of my fingers. Good. All the fingers. Do all the good things with the fingers. Somebody see here. Wait, who's Linda Davis?
God bless you.
I'm looking here. Thank you, Gigi. Thank you, Jamie or Jaime. Fuck, I don't know. ICE is at least partially to blame. Dr. Linda Davis tried to kill when a car was struck by another vehicle fleeing an ICE arrest. Yes, I remember this story. ICE is not supposed to be engaging in high-speed chases for undocumented migrants, and because this one guy decided to play Fast and Furious, an American civilian died. I believe she was American. Yeah, she was American. Yeah, she's a doctor, Dr. Linda Davis. Now she's dead. ICE is absolutely to blame for that one. Quoting my own TikTok content and still tapping. What's your excuse? That. Maze told you. Guess I'll take this opportunity to do another little PSA as we wait on Trump supporters. You may request up in the box or call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Either if you regret your vote, this live is a safe space for you to share exactly why, or you don't regret your vote, and I can give you several reasons as to why you should. And by several, I mean several fucking hundred. It's actually not hard. Check out the links in the bio for the best ways to support the platform. First and foremost, make sure you're following me on everything that I'm available on. When did that happen? That was February, Gigi. I'm only on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Used to have a Blue Sky. I don't have enough time to tweet on that. I'm debating making an X account. I have a burner just to go into MAGA spaces and see the bullshit that they post there. I'm debating making a legitimate Hector Talks one. But at the same time, I'm like, it would help with boosting what I do here, but I fucking hate Twitter. I really hate Twitter. Twitter has no respect for your algo. I just want to make that clear. I get push notifications for fucking Caroline Levitt, Elon Musk, and several right-wing nut jobs. Matt fucking Walsh. I hate it. I don't like it. I don't like it whatsoever. But it's a great way to stay engaged, but in terms of posting shit on there, I don't want to fucking deal with it. So I'm debating that one. Also, anyways, always the Instagram. We're building up the Instagram on there. We're about at 33,000 followers. Consider becoming a member of the Discord community. The Discord is entirely free. You can choose to become a subscriber there over being a super fan here. You get more perks and it's actually cheaper. So those of you who are in the Discord community, check out the server subscription section where you can choose to become a member there and support the platform. Also, go to hectorshops.com with 2 R's. You may get yourself some merchandise, such as the ones you see behind you. Make 2 + 2 = 4 again line, or the Hector Essentials that I just dropped. If you use discount code WeAllWin, you get 10% off your entire order. And that is hectorshops.com, or that link is also available in the Discord. And then finally, you may donate directly to the Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo. Those of you on the cheap side, Super Chat or Super Sticker. Please make sure you hit the like button on that stream. Hey, Let It Ride. Do you want to get cooked again? Do you want to get cooked again? Actually, of course you don't, because you're staying in the comments. You guys remember.
God bless you.
Thank you, Jordan, for the party pony. WCU, I appreciate you. You guys don't remember Let It Ride, do you? You don't remember him, do you? Go to my profile. Look at the most viewed video that I have on my TikTok. It's literally pinned. That's him. That's the fool who came up here and said what he said about black people being taught to be racist and all this stupid shit. Yeah, that's him. That's him. He didn't respond to my message. Do I look like the kind of person who checks all my messages? Better yet, why the fuck would I respond to you? He thinks he's special. Aww. W's for 200,000 likes. W's to 200,000 likes. Oh, wait. I know I did see your message because I talked about it the next day. I put it up on the screen for everyone. That was funny. That was funny. I enjoyed that one. That was super duper funny. We got a good laugh out of you. We got a great laugh out of you. I wish I were paid to be a mod. Do you? Listen, we can discuss compensation. Those of you who don't know, Erica and I are also looking for an editor. We can pay you in words of affirmation, the occasional galaxy, and clout. That is your compensation. I cannot compensate you in rapid responses. Everyone who knows me will tell you, you get responses in 48 to 72 business days on a good day. And we don't have a lot of those. Thank you so much, Daughter of Lilith, for the laughing disco. I actually did see that one over on the YouTube. I appreciate you. Absolutely the fuck not, Casey. So there's that. If you would like that compensation, by all means, hit us up. We're looking for an editor. No gold star stickers. We can talk about gold star stickers. We can work into your compensation some gold star stickers. We'll do that one. I did have something else I wanted to show you guys. This one's actually fucking unhinged. Let me put it up on the screen for you. This one is actually unhinged. And those of you on YouTube, of course, I will put that in the chat here. There it is in the chat, what I'm about to show the rest of them. Let me put it up on the screen. Because they often do all these little clips of, like, I don't know, some angry white woman going off on an ICE agent or a Trump supporter, and they use that to say, oh, they're so emotional, they're so this, they're so that. And I think we need to start fighting fire with fire, especially when they use the average American as an example of the Democratic Party, which is one of the dumbest fucking arguments ever. Let's see what this lady is on right here. Oh, let me make it big enough for you guys to see. I'm going to lower it a little bit. Okay, hold on. Restart.
Calm down. Hey, stop. You go back to your country. Stop. Hey. Illegal immigrants. Illegal immigrants. Hey. Can't wait till Trump deports you. Yeah, they have a weapon with them. Yeah, they do. No, I don't have any weapons. Hey, calm down. I do not have any weapons. Fuck you. Yeah. I do not have a weapon. Do I have a weapon?
Hey, I don't know.
Take that on your video.
Hey, calm down, calm down.
Fucking illegal immigrant.
Calm down.
Go home.
Calm down. Hey.
Leave our country.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're ICE. No, you know what?
Mommy,
You
she's
fucking
ICE,
nasty old bitch, sucking from my system. You never fucking paid one dime in taxes here, did you?
Look at you.
Yeah.
Oh, got you.
You're
You're going to jail.
Hi, Karen.
You're going to jail, Karen. Karen, you're going to jail. You're going to fucking jail, all right?
I told the immigrants.
Karen, you're going to jail. Karen, you're going to jail.
Deported.
Karen, you go to jail.
You all get deported.
All right, Karen.
Go to jail.
All of the people involved were Americans and legally authorized migrants. The people that she was screaming at that are sucking off the system, not paying anything in taxes, every single one of them were U.S. citizens and legally authorized people. If you're miserable, just say that. If you're miserable, just say that. Just say that. Oh, this chai is good. If you're miserable, just say that. This is the problem that I have with the whole it's not left versus right, it's up versus down arguments. Because it's fucking both. It is absolutely both. You can't sit here and talk to me about trying to come together with people who look at just me having a D by my name and voting D by my name as a reason for me being, Pizzagate supporting, Epstein excusing victim. When the true victims would be the base of people who ran off of undocumented migrants taking your job, reducing your wages, eating your cats and fucking dogs, and destroying your country. Despite all the evidence showing that they contribute to this society, over 14 trillion they've contributed to our national debt. It would have been more without them. We can talk about the numbers that show that they've actually done nothing, if not slightly increased wages for U.S. working citizens. What about that? And if we're talking about Epstein excusing, please miss me with that. The average Trump supporter doesn't know when the files were actually unsealed. And that's why they always say, why didn't Biden do it? Biden and Kamala Harris, funny enough, both answered these questions already. We can talk about the gross incompetence, I would argue, of how it was handled between 2006 and 2009 specifically. His sweetheart deal, sure, no problem. That ain't got shit to do with Biden or Harris. Nothing. And then we can't look at the party who, in some cases, weaponized the release of said files to get your vote, is presiding over the release of said files, unredacted, save the names of the victims. And they said, no, there's nothing else. It's a Democratic hoax. What about Hillary? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I was watching the new Michael Jackson movie. It's sad. Had to come to MAGA just to not cry. I don't think I'll be watching it. I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's good. She walked like she didn't size train. Maze. Jeebus, Maze. Jeebus. Jeebus. Any cases. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Trump supporters request up in the box. Let me help you guys out. We're going to give you guys an invisible prompt, okay? So request up in the box if you are a Trump supporter who does not regret your vote. I can give you several reasons as to why you should. Request up in the box if you do regret your vote. This live is a safe space for you to express why with minimal judgment. And the invisible prompt is going to be this. What do conservatives,
God bless you,
Republicans, right-leaning people watch? And I'm asking legitimately. Like, I legit may, the next MAGA hunting we do, I may just do the entire thing of asking what Trump supporters watch on TV. I'm dead fucking serious. What do Trump supporters watch on TV? And I'm not talking about news, because Fox is easy. But yes, what do you guys watch? What movies and what shows do you watch? I want to hear from Trump supporters what you watch. So you may request up in the box to address this prompt, or the invisible prompt is just calling in as a conservative Republican just to tell me what you watch. The reason why I'm asking that question is because I got extremely curious the other night. I swear, I can sit down one night and just think about a bunch of shit, and I don't need the Mary Jane to do it. My brain just works. And I was thinking about it because it was during The Boys. I'm actually still supposed to make a video about this. Anyone who's watching The Boys and you're up to date with the last episode, fucking hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I don't see how.
God bless you.
Thank you, Dr. Keisha. WTU. Thank you so much for the happy Friday, and happy Friday to you as well. I don't know how Trump supporters enjoy media. What could you possibly watch on TV nowadays and actually enjoy it? Because a lot of it is left leaning. Some of the best shows are left-leaning to some capacity. Even if they're not that clearly distinguished, they would give an example of an oppressed and an oppressor. You guys typically like to support the oppressed. No, that's a lie, but you know what I mean. I'm just curious. Like, it's always funny to me, and I actually have a picture here on my phone. It was a viral picture that went around early 2025 of an ICE agent with a Superman badge. And I was like, not an ICE agent who took the job and a 50,000 bonus for no reason to deport undocumented migrants, allegedly, and then you like illegal aliens, literal illegal aliens. Like, I don't see how conservatives could be into comic books, specifically Marvel and DC. I guess they're not. I guess they would think Marvel and DC, going way back to their inceptions, is woke propaganda. There's no possible fucking way that Trump supporters can like comic books and support Donald. How do you choose to use escapism in your comics? How are you liberal with your comics or your media, but then in real life, you're the enemy? You're the people that your favorite comic book characters would fight against. I've always found that to be fascinating. Or Star Wars. Yeah, I can't specifically relate to Star Wars. I'm not super familiar with Star Wars. But yeah, that's a very good point. How the fuck can you... Well, to some degree, you can say that you like Batman because he's like a rich white billionaire. Okay, sure. But he's a rich white billionaire who fights against the corporations, the bad guys, and everyone else, right? Doesn't make any fucking sense. Doesn't make any sense. And none of them talk about Absolute Batman. And this is now me speaking as a nerd. If you're unaware of the Absolutes series from DC, it's basically alternate versions of many of these heroes. And the artists for Absolute Batman literally put out the post of Absolute Batman killing Nazis or ICE agents. It was insane. And they lost their damn mind. Stop making my comments political. If you like X-Men, you've always been political. The basis of X-Men is fucking political. Insane. Pay attention. Hi, Kit.
Hi, Hector. I just had to say a nerd thing real quick. I'm cleaning and my phone's unaliving, but one of the ones that always pisses me off the very most is Punisher specifically. These people will have a Back the Blue sticker on the back of their pickup truck along with a Punisher decal. And I'm like, I don't think you understand what you're doing there. But anyways, that's all. The Punisher hates cops. Magda, stop using the Punisher. You don't get to have cool things. You suck. Anyway, love you guys. Bye.
6,000%. Bye, Kit. The one thing that Garbage Devil Born Again is actually doing correctly right now is showing the Punisher's actual disdain for cops weaponized by Wilson Fisk to go terrorize the streets. That's the one thing they're getting wrong. They're right as hell. The rest of that show is trash. I said what I said. I am Bane and Bane is me. Oh, I know. Bane is fucking dope. Tom Hardy's Bane is slept on. I don't care what you say. Magneto had a valid point. You know, since Trump supporters are calling it, fuck it. Let's shoot shit for a bit. How many of you guys have seen X-Men 97? It's like the remake of the 97 series. How many of you guys, what's wrong with Born Again? Don't get me fucking started, Frank. How many of you guys seen X-Men Born Again? There's one. There's another one. Anyway, I was watching that series, and it was very hard for me to see Magneto as the bad guy. I'm gonna keep it $1.50 with you. Which, to be fair, I think, especially in recent iterations, specifically within the last 30 to 50 years, they've absolutely been showing him more as like an anti or middle ground kind of light. But dude literally survived the Holocaust, becomes a mutant, realizes that other people are just being killed and terrorized for being different, and said, you know what, maybe we should take over those people. Maybe those people don't deserve to be here. And some scenes was just like, damn, he's kind of onto something. His big thing is we can't seemingly live in peace with humans, so fuck the humans. We've done nothing wrong. Unfortunate for the innocents, but I'm just saying. Add it to the watch party list. DDBA, what's wrong with Daredevil Born Again? I'm going to tell you exactly what's wrong with Daredevil Born Again. Watch the original. I don't know how the fuck you can like the original and like Daredevil Born Again. I truly don't know how you can love the original and enjoy the remake. The same actors, Charlie Cox, I always forget her name, Karen Page, even John Berthol in the season finale, they don't even act the fucking same. It's different. They act different. The acting is not consistent. The music, the score is trash. John Pisano, I'm about to get so much fucking hate for this, I guess, because we have some lovers in the chat. Fuck y'all. John Pisano, when he did the score for the original, the Netflix series, chef's kiss. Every song matched the scene. It all hit. I listen to it regularly. The new score is horrible. In the worst moments, whether it being serious or whatever, you'll just hear this angel screeching in the background. Ah! It's fucking horrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. I love both of them. Listen, you can enjoy both of them for what it is. I guess I'm just, and this is not to knock anyone, I'm big on consistency and quality. There is not consistent quality transition from the original to Born Again. It's not there. I think the best episode from season one that I enjoyed somewhat was the bank heist episode. I thought that was one of the better episodes of season one. Everything else was horrible. Really and truly, that series was terrible to me based off of what they did in the first episode of season one. You guys know what it is. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone else. Netflix didn't make it. Marvel did. Y'all tweaking? Netflix didn't make the remake. I know that's a part of why it's trash. That is literally a part of why it's trash. And hey, I'm up to date on season 2. There's one more episode. Well, 2 I haven't seen, but there's one more episode next week. It's all been horrible. The fight scenes are heavily butchered. The blood and CGI stuff, the way it's been spread around, is not natural. It doesn't have the same grit. It's Netflix was just a distributor. That's literally not true. Some of the writers and whatnot that were involved worked with Netflix, and they went over with Marvel to make it. Yes, we know that. But it's known as the Netflix series, obviously. No better Kingpin than Vincent? 6,000%. 6,000%. I just don't think they held those same actors, those same incredible actors, to the high standards that they initially did in the first, in the Netflix series. It was just better. It was just better. The direction was so much better. I don't know how I feel about this right now. We're never going to agree. I'm sorry. We're never going to agree. I'm still thinking about my backup's not even up here. I'm legit still thinking about, on my backup account, doing a breakdown series of episode by episode. I'm legit thinking about doing a breakdown series. And let me be clear. I'm not here to disagree with people on what they like. So if you like the music, okay. If you like some of the scenes, okay. But here's a big thing. Let me see if we can find something that we can agree on. So the original series on Netflix, Daredevil. We're just going to say Disney Devil and Netflix Devil. Okay? Netflix Devil, for the entire 3 seasons, had a substantially smaller budget than Disney Devil. And the quality was so much better. That's a huge thing for me. How do you have a $200 million budget for season 1? $200 million fucking dollars, and the quality is less. The easiest indicator to show the difference in quality, and you can go back to season 1 of Netflix Devil and you can look at Disney Devil. The easiest indicator is the grainy fucking filter that is on every episode of Disney Devil. Why? Why do you put that grainy? I have a 4K, 60 frames per second, HDR 10 plus Dolby Atmos supporting TV, Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos supporting TV. And the series look different. Disney Devil looks worse. And it's newer quality. The original looks better because the original didn't put that stupid fucking filter on it. You don't make it grit by adding that trash filter on it. Blurring out the sun, blurring out the smoke. It's weird. It's weird. They made it for the blind too. That filter doesn't have a damn thing to do with people who are visually impaired, palpable. What? What? Palpable, we about to fight. Oh, for the OG. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I respect that. Palpable and I was about to fight. We were about to fight. But no, I can't get over the fact that in 2025, 2026, the visuals look worse than the original because they put that filter on. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense to me. I think we can agree on that. Okay. I'm trying to give another example of something we can agree on, since we're just shooting shit here. But let me make sure I do this call because this is a political live. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Yes, Shauna. That's a very great point as well. The sets are too clean. I feel like in the original series, they legit went to a back alley and they filmed it in the back alley. Maybe they moved one thing or two. Maybe they adjusted a thing or two. But they cleaned it up too much. In the original, like they built a back alley set versus just going into a back alley. In some scenes, it's just different. It's just different. I don't know. Trying to think of another example I can give. Because I'm not trying to get into people's preferences. Like if you prefer some of the new characters, by all means. Oh, you mean to be in the request? Okay. Every time I see you in the request, Sean, I'm just like, she's just tapping. If we're gonna turn this into that kind of live, I think I can just end it at least on the YouTube.
Oh no, we don't have to do that. I just need 30 seconds.
No, I was just gonna say I don't think we're gonna get anyone else, so why not?
Hey,
but yeah.
Frankie, stay out of this. You hush.
Not Frankie,
You keep saying Disney Devil is garbage devil. Okay, bye.
I was just trying to point out. Oh man, it's funny that she says that. I'm really trying to play nice with you guys because some of you guys like the show. I'm trying to be respectful, but let me keep it clear. And everyone, my friends and people who know me personally, people I've been talking to about the show, I've literally only called it Garbage Devil Born Again. I refuse to call it Daredevil. But I'm trying to be nice for the live. So I hear you, Sean, but I'm trying to be nice for the live, okay? Disney Devil and Garbage Devil. So I think another huge criticism that I have is, this is just another nitpick in terms of quality. The IMAX enhanced, some of the scenes where it zooms out and makes it full screen, those aren't long enough, and that doesn't happen frequently enough. I can still go back and watch the original in the full screen. It looks better. You get more versus the widescreen format of it. And I think they knew that they fucked up in the, what was it, 4th or 5th episode? I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm going to say the 4th or 5th episode decided to do a lot of full screen scenes for the flashbacks. Literally trying to bring in the appeal of the original series. They chose to do that for one goddamn episode versus the entire series. Also, 6,000% nurse. 6,000%. Also, now I'm being messy. Did you guys know that Disney Devil lost half of its viewership from season 1 compared to season 2? That is correct. I have the source on that. They lost half of their viewership. Despite it having great ratings from, I guess, people who just think Charlie Cox is hot, they lost half of their viewership. Episode after episode after episode, and from the season all the way up to the 5th, half of their viewers gone. That's how you know the show isn't hitting. Don't let fucking Disney fool you. Look at the numbers. With that being said, I don't want to mess with anyone in their fandom.
I need to counter you on that a little bit. Hold on, cuz.
Here we go.
Hold on. Now listen, as a Daredevil fan, listen. You gave some good points. I will agree with you on the clean street set thing. That's true. Hold on. No, shut up. Listen. I've never thought I would disagree with you on something so much before. I've been following you for a minute, but I'm gonna have to disagree. Listen. I will agree with you on the clean set. Can you disagree with
me with empirical data?
Yes, I can agree. I can agree with you on the empirical data. Hold on, but the part I will disagree with you on the fact of it being bad is, one, the storyline is consistent. They have brought a lot of the storyline from Netflix over to Disney. They confirmed Karen unaliving Buck. They did confirm them fighting against the Hand from Netflix. They did
Wesley.
Wesley, thank you, Wesley. Wrong character. No, you're right. Wesley, thank you. Wrong character. I've been hearing Buck for so long.
Don't make me be messy, bro.
They confirmed Karen's relationship
Also,
with Wesley, so they did bring over.
If
oh, go ahead.
If you say anything that is anywhere near a spoiler, you have to say spoiler warning. For the most part, I've been trying to dance around specifics because some people may have intentions.
No, right.
Of watching the show,
I'm not going to say anything that like people
Got you.
don't know because I don't like doing that.
Got you. Go ahead.
It's kind of hard to talk about this without spoiling it. Damn. A good thing that I feel like they are doing very well is they are doing good on the lower end of Marvel, because we can both agree that Marvel, as far as movies, has only been worrying about the big problems, world-ending stuff. Daredevil Born Again, you can't disagree, is doing good on bringing up not only the vigilante storylines with not only Daredevil, Jessica Jones, like sooner or later, we're going to get to things like the Defenders. Could we agree on that?
They're doing or trying to do the same shit that the original already did much better? Is that your point?
No. I'm not saying much better.
Erica,
I'm saying bringing it more into the limelight.
Erica, he's just mentioning names of people in the show. That's not spoiling anything. He's not talking about what they're doing in the show. But yeah, go ahead.
Equally, I'm not really confirming anyone like that is or isn't, because if you know vigilantes, these are people that could or couldn't come soon. I'm just saying we are for once in this side of Marvel, because let's be for real, not a lot of people know certain vigilantes. How many people knew about White Tiger before Daredevil Born Again that weren't already comic book readers?
That is the bare minimum.
No, I won't say it's the bare minimum because
really is.
We can.
You're complimenting them.
It's really not
for introducing characters. Okay, cool. The introduction in and of itself isn't necessarily a reason to say that it's good. The original introduced characters, again, we won't mention the names. You know who some of them are.
Right.
This show would just be picking up on it, and it's doing it in a broader sense, which is, I guess, cool. But if they don't have a solid foundation for the story, I would argue they would have been better off only focusing on the main characters.
But they do have a solid foundation, because not only is it going to tie into the future production of another movie, again, no spoilers, but the way that they're going about it brings up, like we said, the deeper politics within Marvel that rarely gets talked about within, like I said, vigilantes on the small end, but it also goes back to the bigger end of like what's going on right now with the Thunderbolts. It's all tying in. If we're going to talk about the cinematography, I'll agree the cinematography is having a lot of issues. But as far as the storyline, you can't say that the storyline is not only being tied in very well, but also going towards more of the big picture within the smaller side of Marvel.
Hold, please.
Go ahead.
Call you on the line. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
And do you regret your vote?
No.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
Lies.
Date of birth.
How old are you?
Jesus.
Anyways, back to you.
Ask him when. Oh, okay. No. Okay. So, dang it, forgot my point because of that person. Oh no. Shut up. No, it's a good point. They're tying in. They're tying in the smaller end of Marvel that rarely gets highlighted. On top of them tying in the smaller part of Marvel that doesn't get highlighted, they're also bringing in a lot of the corruption that was supposed to be talked about back during Captain America Winter Soldier, but also back during the Ultron movie that they just
Lindsay,
skipped over.
You're on the line. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
And do you regret your vote?
I do not.
And why is that?
Well, the way I see it, he's protecting us from terrorism all around the world. He's securing a large swath of oil for our country so we can be healthy and wealthy for years. You don't understand how the oil economy works. Oh, my God! It's not shooting out of my ears!
What's wrong with these people?
Did he say chili out of his ears? What?
Butthole and yeah. He's
I am so confused.
As I said before, see a doctor, use lube.
I have something to say.
Yes.
So,
actually, hold
Gemini.
on. Let me turn off these graphics. But yes, go ahead.
Okay, Gemini, jail. I don't know what you go by. Hi.
It doesn't matter.
The story is consistent. Not only is it somewhat consistent, it is predictable as fuck. I have watched every episode, and I've almost predicted every move or every this little thing that's going to happen next. The show, Garbage Devil, is terrible. It's awful.
Are we going to use predictability as a metric, though? Because we say that for a lot of movies and shows that are predictable.
Because it makes it not enjoyable. If you can't figure it out, like it takes me out of the story when it's just like, oh, this is going to happen. Oh, she's going to do that. Oh, he's going to do. Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun.
I'll agree, but I feel like that's something where can we are all three of us here comic book readers?
Yes.
Okay, so it's predictable to us because we've read these comics. We know what's happening.
No, we're not. We're not even talking about the comical aspects. We're talking about the story that they created with regular freaking people. We're not talking about the comics has this association with this person, and then they did this Easter egg, so we're going to see them in the next season. That's an Easter egg. That's a different thing. We're just talking about the story that they created and how we can literally ascertain the next scene based on how it leads.
But this comic is literally this season is literally based off of the Muse and the Anti-Vigilante storyline within Daredevil. This whole season is based off of that.
Terribly.
They're doing a horrible job.
Oh my god.
You know, we're going to agree. Art is subjective. We're going to have to agree to disagree.
It is subjective.
Absolutely.
It is subjective. And I could agree to disagree.
All right.
What? You know, I've talked to you a couple times, Shauna. I never thought I would disagree with you on anything. This is going to be on the list. This is you and Eric have added to the. My feelings are deeply hurt.
All right.
I'm so sorry.
So I'm gonna go ahead.
Shit when I see it.
I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up on the YouTube side. We're literally just talking about comics, and we're 25 minutes away from ending anyway. So if you guys wanted to join the conversation over here, you can come over to TikTok. But I'm about to end it on the YouTube side. We're literally just shooting shit about Daredevil Born Again. But if you all are over on the YouTube side and you like the series and if you like to talk about it, come over to TikTok. Hector Talks with 2 R's, exact same username. I'm curious to hear what you guys like about it. That's what I want to know. The floor is open to everyone. Tell me what you like about it. Anyways, with that being said, YouTube, I greatly appreciate every one of you for being here. Thank you for the likes, the comments, the subscriptions, the fake super chats, the fake super stickers. Big W's to you guys. And I will catch y'all tomorrow after 3 p.m. CST. We're trying to do this thing and push us back out in the algorithm. So I'm going to pull some fucking marathons. I'll be live every day and I'm not going to